Hello everybody and welcome back to Tears of Joy, the only game show where your opinion is the right answer. I'm the Comic Foil, thank you for joining me again, and this week I'm lucky enough to have two very special guests. The first guest, you know him, you love him, he's the man I've seen fall down the stairs the most time, it's the GreenScorpion.
And how many times have you laughed whenever I did fall down the stairs?
The stairs in my parents' basement, they were carpeted, and I swear, it would take more than one hand to count.
See, the fact that you can make fun of me for that, that's a good indication that you and I are friends.
Well, things don't just, happen to you. I'm worried for your well-being, but, I know you're fine because you go, wow, wow, wow.
Freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Amber Mammoth.
Our second guest, a very talented artist, the friend responsible for me having to explain to a coworker I'm not looking at porn, I'm looking at a friend's social media projects. It's Gaige!
Hi!
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, I was just looking at Blue Sky one time, and Gaige has all this art for Isekai Showdown and stuff, and a coworker walked by, and I'm like, you can't be looking at that at work. I'm like, no, it's safe for work, I'm just on...
Oh my gosh.
Shh, it's fine.
Just out of the corner of their
They're
eye, they
covered.
were like, that's a lot of skin.
I mean, you did do a couple of beach covers.
I did do a couple of beach shots, yes.
So,
it's an anime-based card fighter. There has to be a beach day episode.
There has to be a beach episode, yeah.
No judgment against the NSFW, that just wasn't what I was currently looking at work.
We had to explain that to our workplaces.
So today, well, let me start with last year. The three of us were on your Twitch and YouTube live channel, Oscar.
Yep.
Playing a certain game, which we're going to talk about now. We're going to be talking about the characters from Valhalla.
I was being pestered in the best way possible by these guys, particularly you, John, to play freaking Valhalla, and I'm so glad we finally got the opportunity to do so because, holy crap, this game is so good.
I'm not even the biggest visual novel person, but this is definitely the game that got me into visual novels because there's something to be said for games, giving you the freedom to make your choices and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I can get kind of turned off if I feel all the characters are just bending to your will to provide your perfect fantasy. That's just not for me.
Yeah.
Valhalla, the writing is really a cut above of most things I've played.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit more of a visual novel enjoyer, and something I have an issue with visual novels is it's kind of the illusion of choice sometimes, where it sets out oh, there's all these different branching pathways, and there's so many ways you can do it, and the answer, it always leads back to the same ending, if that makes sense. And I get it, doing branching pathway stuff is hard. Valhalla's not like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not even a little. And I think that's why I like it so much, because it really does feel like your decisions and your choices really do matter.
Yeah.
They do, and I come off of I'm also not the biggest visual novel guy, but I'm coming off of playing the likes of Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton going into Valhalla, and those are visual novels / puzzle games / that sort of thing that I do genuinely enjoy. I'm willing to say that Valhalla is a cut above both of those franchises in certain areas.
In terms of writing dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, because for as much as I like the writing in Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton, particularly Phoenix Wright, it is still at the end of the day a very linear story.
Its priority is to be a puzzle game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas Valhalla, it actually makes you feel like you're interacting with these characters. There's a certain realism to the writing in this game that just speaks to me.
There's a lot of frankness that the characters have. They're very uncensored in a way that you could only be talking to a bartender.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
So we have our little template here. We got 30 characters that we meet throughout the process of Valhalla. Some of them very briefly.
Yeah.
But they are here, don't you worry. And yeah, I know you've both seen the show. Oscar, you've been on the show, but just as a reminder, I'm here to help guide this conversation, but the two of you, this is the first time we've had two guests, the two of you share the duty of final say on any of these rankings. This is your opinion. The criteria of the ranking is up to you, and as long as you accept the consequences in the comments, you can put these characters wherever you damn well please.
I'm looking forward to this.
So I'm gonna be honest with you right off the bat. This is gonna be really hard for me not to place, like, almost all of these characters in S.
Yeah.
Which is
Because I love them all so much.
And most of our videos, we've had, like, nobody in F, I think. Like, there's no...
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be weighted.
This is going to be interesting, too, because, like, for me personally, I have a bit of a more tempered way of looking at all these characters. So I'm curious to see how our opinions clash here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to grade it on a curve, if you want to base it on vibes, if you have some kind of criterion in mind, that's your guys' job to figure out amongst yourselves. I put these roughly in the order in which you first serve each person, with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
And that's going to start with the person who gives you the tutorial. There's actually one character you meet before that, but
Right.
that one's complicated.
We'll
to save
get
it for
to that later.
Yeah.
So, very big character, and I think is going to set the tone for the rest of this list. We're going to talk about Gil.
So, you go ahead. You're smiling.
I love Gil. I think he's great. I kind of like that, because a lot of the characters in this visual novel, they get their arcs pretty well rounded, especially if you do a lot of the secrets and stuff. We're going to talk about my favorite character in a bit, we had a very satisfying end of the story with that character.
Yeah.
But I don't want to start off being like, S tier immediately, Gil is my boy. But, like, I think he breaks up a lot of the heavier moments kind of in the same way like Dana does.
Yeah, completely.
And, like, again, I kind of like that you fully don't know what's going on with Gil by the end of it. He still has an air of mystery.
We don't
that
get
a lot
clear
of
answers on.
Yes, that a lot of other characters, again, their arcs wrap up real nicely.
I was actually gonna mention that because like a lot of Gil's charm is just how much you don't know about the guy.
Yeah.
Like, was he in the cartel? Was he secretly like an agent for like the government? Was he a part of like this huge conspiracy in another country type
He's
of thing?
been like a revolutionary. He's like been to riots and
Yeah,
stuff.
like
Yeah.
and like the only person that seems to know anything about Gillian is Dana. And we're gonna get to her later.
He is working at Valhalla under a false name.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we
Dana
don't
lost
even know his
somebody
actual name.
and just slotted him into work there.
I think he's a really good, like, antithetical character in that way, because he has so much about him that we don't really know. It's all, like, implied, it's all subtext.
And in that
Versus everybody else who comes up to the bar and tells you literally everything about them.
Yeah, and in that way, like, Gil does, like, as you mentioned, provide a good grounding for everything that's going on. He's the character that, alongside Dana, is able to bring Jill down to earth, like, out of, like, the chaos that is going on with every single other character in this cast.
He has to be a straight man. He has to be a punching bag for a lot of the jokes.
And he does it well.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he's A tier.
I'm gonna agree. I'll put him in A.
Like, is he S material? I can see that, but there's a few other characters in this roster that I think
That I
far more
absolutely
deserve
have to
S.
put in S.
Yeah.
So I'm going to temper my own expectations.
See, you and I are on the
a
same
little
wavelength.
bit. Yeah.
And I mean, if you decide later, we can always change these up before we close ranks.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, of course.
It is way too early in the morning to be talking about Donovan D. Dawson.
Oh,
And it is 2
God.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Donovan D. Dawson. So, we all know the joke. We all know the reference. He's supposed to be J. Jonah Jameson, like, or a spoof off of him and everything. This guy is insufferable. I do not like him.
He says some really out-of-pocket shit.
Dude, you had to voice this guy, and the shit you said, and the discomfort that you expressed
It was both
while we were
really,
streaming.
it was both really uncomfortable and like kind of thrilling.
Very funny.
And that's the crazy thing about it, was like,
I felt like when I played a villain in plays before, it's like a little like liberating because it's not me. I can say this crazy stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, Donovan D. Dawson is that type of character that, on a personal level, I would put him in Garbo. But the fact that, like, he's one of the few characters in this game that I'm glad I don't like him, because the game very clearly wants me to not like this guy.
He is a heel. Yeah.
Like, he's a heel. He's clearly a bad person. Like, his advances towards Jill are more than creepy.
He sucks.
He absolutely sucks.
However,
but I like that he sucks.
He sucks, but every second he is on screen, he is unbelievably entertaining.
Like, he
which I can say about a lot of characters in
like,
this game.
You're like, he's a terrible person. You're not gonna like him, but when he enters, you're never gonna forget him.
I wish there was a tier that was Garbo parentheses affectionate.
Affectionate.
We had this problem in Danganronpa because Pat felt this way about Teru Teru.
I knew it.
Who's like
That makes a lot of
he's
sense.
so problematic, but like he makes stuff happen.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Like, for me personally, like, just Donovan D. Dawson manages to be one of the most memorable characters in this game to the point where I kind of want to put him in A.
Oh, that's. See, because again, I'm like F Garbo, but like Garbo affectionate because the writing team did such a fantastic job
Exactly.
doing what they intended to do.
I mean, does it even out into a C?
I would go B.
I'll compromise on B.
Yeah, because like again, you're not supposed to like this guy, but you're not supposed.
And that's like the point.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
the
writing
point.
team did a phenomenal job at making a scumbag.
I guess I'm willing to compromise on the whole like B thing because at the very least that puts him in an echelon of like he is a well-written character, but whether you like him or not really depends on your own taste.
Oh yeah.
So like he's not gonna hit for everyone, but what he intends is there. So yeah, I'm going to put him in B.
It's also going to be
Yeah.
a static character, you know, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the biggest laughs we had during that playthrough was just
Oh yeah.
crazy crap he said.
Oh yeah.
You having to say the crazy crap he says.
Yeah, I'll take that bullet
The
for you guys.
way the chips fell on who voiced who, I think weirdly worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a single thing.
No, that was
Perfect
so much-
casting.
that was so much
Exactly.
fun.
Mwah.
We have one of my favorite voices you did, Gaige, coming down the line. But first, we got to talk about Ingram. Definitely a character we spend less time with, but Ingram is super grumpy guy. We know he has some kind of dark past. We can learn that his daughter died, specifically was killed due to police negligence from the White Knights.
Yes. We also are, I'm assuming spoilers are fine.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
we're.
I was about to say,
I am
assuming.
going to assume people who are watching this are going in with the pretense that they played the
I'll
game.
put a spoiler
I was
tag at the
about to say,
beginning,
if
but
you
same with Slay the
haven't,
Princess.
we'll provide a link to the three of our playthrough. Go watch that, come back if you're not familiar with
Please
Valhalla.
do.
Yeah, or watch the highlights at
Or
least.
watch the highlights.
Yeah.
Because I like the way that we find out that one of the characters we're going to talk about later was the girl that he was hiring to sort of play the part of his daughter.
Yeah.
And the implication at first is it is in like a sexual context, but we find out that that's not the case. He's just a grieving dad.
Yeah, he just it helps him, I guess, to have somebody pretend to be his daughter and be around. his
Yeah.
home.
Because there are that is like something that does happen in real life. People do that.
Yeah.
And when I learned that, I was like, I really hated this guy at first. Now I'm like, oh, that's really sad and really tragic actually.
Mm-hmm. I think, like, I don't necessarily have as great an opinion of Ingram, if only because, like, a lot of that does get lost in
everybody else's,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, with the fact that we don't interact with Ingram as much, and don't get me wrong, when you get into the later stories of him, like, it's impactful. But if nothing else, I guess I kind of wish we got a little more out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because aside
Doing
from
research for this, I actually found out just some fun facts, because a lot of characters, the best way to learn more about them is actually to not do their drink orders correctly. But, like, my favorite background thing, this doesn't have to affect your ranking, but one of the stories he could tell, if you serve him sweet drinks, which he does not ask for,
yeah.
but he will start getting softer over his, like, few appearances.
Really?
Oh.
So the first time you do it, he will tell you about a stray cat that his daughter always used to feed. And then the last time you get him, if you've been giving him nothing but sweet drinks, he'll tell you that he's adopted that alley cat.
Oh my god.
See, I'm like, I love this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I would have never thought to do
But
that.
you have to blatantly disobey the game to get
Yeah.
this.
And
And I think that's part of the beauty of it.
that's
Yeah.
like...
That's the beauty of Valhalla.
Yeah, that's another one of Valhalla's strengths. It's an endlessly replayable game. I see, knowing that, because I was going to say, like, somewhere between, like, C and D, because we don't get enough of him. I'm like, what do you mean we get more?
Yeah, you do have to go out of your way, like, now that I
Yeah.
know that, you do have to go out of your way to, like, get the most out of Ingram, which, at least compared to everywhere else, because we're kind of also judging this in the vacuum of Valhalla itself.
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else in this cast, I'm willing to put him in C tier.
I'll agree on C.
Because, like, he's still insufferable. Like, he's still
and he doesn't make it
deal
easy
with.
for you to get
No.
the
he does
good
not.
stuff.
He
with
is
him.
not a likable guy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every single character, like, there's a lot of characters in this roster that are not likable that end up being really, really awesome. We'll get to one of my personal picks on that one later.
So coming up here, our fourth pick, we have Sei, our White Knight representative.
Oh my god.
So I think this one's probably going to be very easy.
Yeah.
What letter does Sei start with? That's a S, baby!
Yeah,
This
no,
ranking is brought to you by the letter S.
By the letter S.
I can't even argue with that by any stretch of the imagination because
10.
Sei is immaculate.
She's such a sweetheart.
I love the reference. I love how she's written. I love her interactions with the characters that are coming up. I think her story's really interesting. I think it wraps up beautifully.
Besides being a sweetheart, she's also deeper than at first she
Oh
appears.
yeah, she's way, way, way more going on. I think kind of Sei and again, we'll get to her later.
Yeah.
I think they're like the perfect encapsulation of like the good story writing in
Completely
Valhalla.
agree. And this is like a little bit of a thing that I don't think comes up with any other character in this game, but Sei is one of the maybe 2 or 3 characters in this game whose model changes throughout the game.
Yes.
You see her outfit change from the armor to where she gets injured after the White Knight insurrection.
Yeah, she starts wearing street clothes and she has the bandaged eye.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And, like, it's really cool because, like, that design change is also very indicative of her character. And what I like personally about Sei is, you remember, Ophelia from Octopath Traveler?
Yeah.
I kind of compare it to her where it's kind of that, mentality of just because horrible things happen does not mean you should stop being a good person.
Yeah.
And I think Sei encapsulates that really, really well in this game.
And while Ophelia is, like, struggling with her believing in a god, a religion, Sei is kind of believing in the good of law enforcement,
Or just
and
people
then
in
finding
general.
out, because throughout the game, the White Knights get kind of like overthrown as the main police of this city, and
Yep.
then suddenly not save her. But she's somebody who was in it really to help people.
And I appreciate the fact that she's written in a way where it's like, it's not just her being saccharine about it or like putting on like a happy face in spite of it all. No, you can tell she's like struggling throughout the game.
Yeah.
But she does her damnedest. Like the amount of effort that is put into the writing and the amount of effort shown through her choice of words is chef's kiss.
Also, something, this is like from like an art direction standpoint, when you brought up that her outfit changes, something that visual novels I do think struggle with is they do feel a little static in their world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of cycles through the same like facial animations. You don't really get a lot of costume changes.
Yeah.
Unless like it's a special, like you're going on the date part of the game. And then they
Yeah.
get the date
or the
outfit.
beach sequence.
Or the beach sequence. They do feel kind of static, but...
And this game, you would think, would fall into that because you have a single location.
Yep.
Yes, but especially when the insurrection happens and Sei shows up and she's all bandaged and whatever, you're like, oh wait, this is like a real habited world.
Yeah.
Like, even though we're stuck in the bar most of the time, aside from like Jill's apartment on occasion, like, Sei was the one who always kind of like brought me back to like the reality within the game that like there's a lot of stuff happening here and people are being affected by that stuff.
You go like 3 days after the disaster without
don't
seeing her, and when she
from
shows
her.
up again, like how big of a relief is it to see
Oh,
her?
yeah.
They could have like just put a bandage over her eye and called it a day. No, they went the extra mile. Her armor's off. Like you see her arms bandaged
You
up.
don't see her
like,
for a while.
Yeah, no,
They
like,
make you wait 3 days to know if she survives.
and it's,
Yeah.
and it's great. Like I love the direction they took with her. So yeah, S tier character, no doubt.
Okay, another smaller character, but I think she makes a bit of an impasse. This is Kim. First day she shows up, she is unconscious. Dana says she found her. Kim wakes up not knowing where she is like very, very panicked, and you have to talk her down.
Mm-hmm.
You can later find out that she was a reporter for the Augmented Eye, meaning Donovan would have been her boss.
If I recall, Donovan makes a few uncomfortable comments about her as well.
He does.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes a bunch of uncomfortable comments about a lot of women in this game.
Yeah.
But Kim in particular has, like, we see the other side of that, and it ain't fun.
No. It's another way that it makes the world feel weirdly connected, but not necessarily in a good way, because you feel really bad for her.
It is like kind of like Small World, how many of these characters' backstories actually connect.
Oh,
but...
yeah.
I am going to give Kim credit in that every time you do see her, it's kind of a gut punch to gut punch. It is kind of a gut punch to like what's like going on with the news outlet that Donovan D. Dawson is in charge of. And her life in general, because let's be real for a moment, Kim's a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my lord, does the
yeah.
game make it clear that this woman is on the brink.
Most people in this game, their lives are a mess.
Yeah, but like, I guess with Kim, it's just so blatant, because goodness gracious.
I think it's in a way that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of her life is terrible because of her job.
Mm-hmm.
And I think especially today a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, I'm going to fully admit, like, she was kind of like hovering between D and C for me, because you don't get a lot out of her, kind of in the similar vein to Ingram.
Yeah.
The thing is, when she does show up, like, it's a memorable situation, because good lord, does she kind of like lay it on the table, and She bears everything that she's dealing with. And then when you get to the last interaction with her, like, it kind of is a bit of a wish fulfillment thing, where it's like, yeah, she quit, she's, like, trying to take care of herself, she's trying to, like, you know, make something out of herself, even if it's scary, because, like, something has to give. And I'm suddenly realizing how much I relate to this character now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely sets the tone for the rest of the game, too. So that's kind of why I don't really want to put her in D.
I don't either.
I think I'm comfortable putting her in C.
Yeah, I think she's a fine character.
She is a character that, like, things happen to, you know,
Yes.
more so than, like,
we
Donovan or Sei, you know,
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
acting on the plot.
We care a little more about, like, what's going on with her rather than who she is as a person, which, like, you know, take that for what you will.
Yeah,
like,
we want her to be okay. We want things to be better for her.
Oh, yeah.
She accomplishes what she needs to, and that's enough.
Speaking of people acting on the plot, maybe the biggest example here is the manager of the bar, Dana.
I fucking love Dana.
Okay, so I'm
I
just gonna
love
say right
Dana.
now, D may stand for Dana, but we are not putting her in D.
Yeah.
No way in hell.
I'm like, Dana is like A tier on a bad day. Like, I think Dana's a phenomenal character.
No, absolutely.
What a like dream boss, and
Oh, yeah.
you would think that would make like the game like too happy that you have like the perfect boss, but no, it's just like kind of the only thing holding Jill's back from being absolutely
I was about to
awful.
say, Dana's almost necessary to keep you alive.
Yeah.
Like, Dana, for all intents and purposes, like, fits that grounding role for Jill Stingray in regards to, like, how she interacts with everyone else. But I find it kind of funny, whereas Gil is the straight man, Dana is just about as chaotic as everyone else in the cast, but in a way that's endearing and not as insane.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're talking about a character who, like, probably has just as mysterious a past as Gil, because she used to be in, like, the pro wrestling circuit.
She wrestled bears.
She tells you so much about her past, and it's still so
and
mysterious.
it's so little.
Because, like, how did this all happen?
Like, she's got a Paul Bunyan type of, like, sort of, like, vibe, where it's like, are these stories that, like, she did in the past really true?
Yeah.
Did she really tear off someone's arm and, like, go to town on someone else Quan Chi style? We don't know.
But I also think it's funny that the game does confirm that some of these stories are in fact true.
Yup.
So you never know, like, okay, like, are you fucking with me, or is this real?
Dana keeps you on your toes with her character, and yet she still manages to be one of the most well-grounded characters in this entire game. And she needs to be, because when you're dealing with someone like Jill, who's, like, dealing with all this chaos, it helps to have someone like her having your back.
I love just seeing her, like, silently loving everyone around her and doing these little things.
Yeah.
the little notes on your paycheck. And
The world that Valhalla sets up is very bleak, and Dana is very sunshiny.
Absolutely.
And that is absolutely necessary in games like these.
I'm still not over the bucket of chicken.
I think you're right, Gaige. This game, like, wouldn't work without her.
No,
No,
it
it would
really
not.
wouldn't.
It absolutely would
Which
not.
is why I have to put Dana in S.
I cannot
She's
disagree
one
with
of
that.
my favorite characters.
Like, not even a contest. S tier all the way.
Yeah.
Another contender for one of...
Okay, dude, I'm just gonna say right now, just put her up there.
Yeah.
Just put her up there right now.
Dorothy goes in S.
Oh
Dorothy
my
Hayes.
lord.
This is my favorite character you voice in that playthrough.
I love Dorothy. She's great.
It's kind of funny too because I know you, John, as a person. I would not expect Dorothy to be your favorite character, but after going through the game, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if she's my absolute favorite, but like this character was very like informative to me at the time I first played this game, of kind of like understanding sex work as like having respect for people who do sex work. And
Yeah.
just, like accepting them as people who are like anyone else, because like I've been like a very sexually repressed, like I'm asexual, and like to an extent I grew up kind of afraid of all things sexual.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was too easy for me to write off like, oh, it's a prostitute, that's like gonna be a flat character, that's like, oh, they shouldn't be doing that.
And she's really not a flat character.
Yeah, no.
She's
not at all.
probably one of the more compelling ones in the game, and she's a fan favorite for that reason.
Absolutely. Like, there's the obvious bit that, like, the fan favorite, like, it's a cute girl in a maid outfit.
Yeah.
Like, come
Yeah.
on. But there's a lot of angles that just, like, make Dorothy such a complex character. There's the Ghost in the Machine detail.
Yeah,
where,
she
like,
starts having that am I real kind of.
Yeah, like, she's a construct who's, like, you know, commissioned for, or like built for this purpose. And then, like, as you mentioned, like the whole idea of like she is a sex worker, and she provides a lot of these logistical details about it that make you realize, oh yeah, there's
It's
a
a
lot that
job.
goes into
It's
this.
like-
And like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a living.
Yeah.
I like how it does like kind of interrogate the morality of like a robot made to look like a younger girl
Yeah.
for this purpose.
I
and
like
stuff
I love the
that.
fact that they address that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
It doesn't tell you what the answer is to that, it just kind of gives you information and lets you
yeah, and
decide how you feel about it.
I was about to say they address it in a way that doesn't make her or her clients seem like repulsive and repugnant.
Especially when we're dealing with a setting that is like dystopian,
Yeah.
like, future type thing. Like, we don't know what the laws or like what the repercussions for this sort of thing are in this timeline, because shit's going down.
It's a small
Like, at this time.
It's a small moment, but it's when Dorothy and Alma meet for the first time. And Alma I know the part you're thinking about.
That's when they meet the second time.
That's when they meet
Yeah,
the second
yeah,
time.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about the first time when
Okay,
Alma
okay.
calls Dorothy out for having an illegal firearm modification in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it briefly touches on the fact that this is also not a safe profession.
Yes.
And even though she has an illegal augment, she kind of needs it because she never knows what her clientele is going to be like.
She also mentions at one point that, like, yeah, there's kind of the sketchiness of people who, like, want to be with somebody who looks younger, and she, you know, will work with that, but that
Yeah.
she draws a line at people who want to enact violence or even imagined violence on her.
Yeah.
Of, like, some people think, like, because she's a robot, like, we could just, like, take your arms off, can we do a, and she's like, no, that's,
No.
Yeah, no,
that's
she-
my personal line, we're not
Yeah.
doing
Like,
that.
she draws the line in the sand, and I
you're not-
appreciate that.
my clients aren't going to brutalize me.
And what's like even better about Dorothy as a character is that we're talking about all these topics of like, oh, there's like nuance to this. Oh, there's actually really cool and like thought-provoking details here. And it makes you kind of forget the fact that this character is funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
She is hilarious.
Yeah, she's
Like,
also, like, the most outlandish character, except maybe tied with Dana.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, and like some of the interactions you get with her, because you were talking about like the portrait changes and like seeing what goes on like as the game progresses and everything. The amount of expressions you get out of Dorothy is
Oh, yeah.
insanely cool.
Because she's a robot, so you could do, like, steam coming out of her ears and funny stuff like
Yup.
that.
Yup.
You can kind of play with like the anime-ness of the art style.
It's
The, like,
really
the
cool.
extremes of tears.
Yeah.
Nah, I absolutely adore this character. Like, easily one of the most complex, and yet what you see is kind of what you get with her. And I love
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like I said, most of the characters, I would probably say all of them are very interesting, but all in very unique ways.
Yeah. They do get to have their cake and eat it too with her. She's crazy. It never feels gratuitous to me either.
Yes.
no,
Even though parts of it are so gratuitous,
Like,
but it always...
Like
you
the
look at-
second time she meets
Yeah,
Alma.
but there's like
Yeah.
there is a reason why we're doing these conversations.
Like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you look at this character and you hear about what she is, and you expect that this is going to go seriously downhill, like Senran Kagura level or something like that.
And it doesn't.
No,
It
she's
never
like
does.
one of the most mature characters in this game.
Yeah. When people play, maybe not Senran Kagura, but things that are like even more trashy than that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, but there's like actually a story, like it actually like I'm like, this is like my counter argument to this of like you can have these things and like be respectful.
More,
Yeah.
more trashy than
Good.
Senran Kagura. What are you going on about?
Well, I'm trying to be careful of the Senran Kagura fans who I...
you know what? Fair enough.
It's kind of like I hate you, but I don't want you to hate me. Is that weird?
Okay, Ragatha.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
god.
gosh.
Nah, I like what you like, guys. But
Yeah.
let's move on to Jaime.
I like this guy.
It's because I'm looking at the row and I'm like, oh, we're kind of on a streak of characters that I really, really like.
Yeah.
They introduce a lot of bangers right at the beginning.
They do.
Mhm. Here's the thing about Jaime, though. Simple. He
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
He is a simple guy. He is like this rough and tough, like, mercenary dude who's a hired killer. He will absolutely, like, break your neck before you can even blink. And yet he manages to probably be one of the nicest guys in this roster.
You find out less about him because one, he's kind of a private person, but two, he's a regular here, but he's Gillian's regular. He usually sits across from Gil, whereas Dorothy always comes to get served by Jill.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't get as many opportunities to talk to him, but he's kind of this constant presence around.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate the fact that, like, yeah, like, it's a bit of a subversion thing as well, because, like, oh, you look at this guy and you think, oh, he's gonna be, like, this big, gruff dude, and he kinda is, but he's kinda like, he's got dad energy.
Shut up. I was about to say that. I was like, no way did he just say dad energy. Like, specifically, like, this is my father. That's my dad.
Goatee to match and everything. Yeah, let's be real for a moment. He kind of has, like, disgruntled dad energy.
He's giving unk.
Oh no!
Now, have you ever
Dude, I
seen-
just turned 35. Don't do this to me.
Have you ever seen the dads and the pets they did not want?
Yes.
Jamie kind of gives me that energy with Jill sometimes.
He would have a cat.
Yes.
He would absolutely have a cat.
A very small kitten that is like, it's not allowed on the counters, it's not allowed in the bedrooms 2 weeks later.
But dude,
It's with him everywhere.
Now he's like on my shoulder, just like, you know, like purring up in my face while I cock my gun.
Yeah. I'm like, I think Jamie is great. I think he's a solid A character.
I'll give you the two fun facts I learned about him through my research for this.
Oh, yeah?
So one, Gillian and Jamie's names actually come from the Hideo Kojima visual novel Snatcher.
You're
Really?
kidding me.
Yeah, there's a character named Gillian, I forget the last name, but he has a wife named Jamie.
Oh,
wow. That's cool.
And that's where they got the names for these two characters.
Did not know that.
So the other thing, like Ingram, there's a little more you can find out by purposefully messing up Jamie's orders. He's got a lot of physical augmentations, as you can see. He's got the eye, he's got the arm, he's got a lot of weapons because he's a mercenary.
Right.
You also learn that he's gone through extensive surgery to get all of the nanomachines that everybody has in this world out of his body because he doesn't want the
Really?
government tracking him.
That's right.
Wait, I was about to say, we learned that in our...
Okay, we got
did
that.
learn that in our
Maybe that
playthrough.
one you don't have to fail, actually. But
Yeah. Maybe not like the full story, but he mentioned it
Yeah.
at least once in our playthrough.
You can also learn that he actually has like a lot of like parts of his life he doesn't remember as a result of that.
Yeah.
Because, like it
Yeah.
also like pulled data out of him.
But yeah, like, I'm gonna agree with Gaige in, like, putting him in A tier, because, like, yeah, you don't have as many interaction with him, maybe a little bit more than,
But
like,
the
Ingram or
ones
Kim.
that you do,
Yeah.
the ones that you do are stellar and they're memorable.
Jaime is an example of, like, an adage that I've been kind of, like, embracing lately of brilliant simplicity.
Yeah.
Like, he's not as complex like as some of these other characters. He's got some like nuances about him, but he's a simple guy. He knows what he wants. He's very straight with Jill. I think every conversation he's ever had with Jill is a pleasant one.
You need some
He works.
regular people around, and it's so weird to be saying that about the Deus Ex guy.
Yeah,
the dude who is literally hired to kill
the
people.
cyborg mercenary.
Yeah.
But
I appreciate
He
I
leaves that
appreciate
at
Jimmy.
work.
he also dispenses a lot of life advice, like practical life advice to Jill.
Yeah.
And that's,
Again, like a dad.
Again, that's where like the dad energy comes from.
Oh my goodness.
And I think it's so funny that they decided to ascribe that to the cyborg mercenary.
Completely agree.
All right, everybody. Kira?
Miki!
Sorry, I was slow on the draw there. I had to remember what we were doing there.
It's been a while. It's been like a year since we first met Kira Miki. But very popular pop star just walks into Valhalla one day.
I like her too.
Yeah.
She's wonderful.
I like that the first time we meet her, she's trying to escape from Donovan D. Dawson.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna give credit to Donovan D. Dawson for like allowing us to meet these characters under such the circumstances would be better, but you know what? If they didn't happen, we probably wouldn't have met them.
No, true.
So
Again,
I'll give him credit for that at least.
It's the interconnectivity. It's like where all the chips fall is very, very funny.
Yeah, but in terms of Kira Miki as a character, honestly, delightful. Like, kind of in a similar vein to Jaime in that, like, yeah, she's a pop idol, she's very cheery, but also kind of has that humbleness about her that you might not expect from a celebrity. And the fact that she is someone who kind of gives Jill an opportunity to be like, oh, hey, I got these free tickets from a pop star that's really popular, and I got her autograph on a glass here. It's like, it kind of gives, like, Kira Miki is kind of Jill's gateway into the realization that her life is more than just being this bartender at a, like, rundown club who's, like, supposedly down on her life. No, you're having this opportunity to, like, meet all of these amazing people, and Kira Miki's kind of like the catalyst for that.
She is like a good, like world-building character.
When
Very.
you're a bartender, especially if you have regulars at your bar, you become a fixture in other people's lives in a way you never intended on being. And Kira, while we don't get a ton of time with her, she's kind of a window into that.
Yeah.
It's like she remembers Jill. She remembers the sweet interaction she had with her. She remembers how Jill stuck her neck out. And it's like...
And that's kind of like the moral of the game, is like the connections we make.
Yeah, like...
The connections we make along the way, as well as understanding that, like, when you do something nice, don't expect a reward out of it, but you'll never know when that'll come back and, like, bless you, I guess you could
This
say.
rich, successful person needed Jill in this moment.
Kinda, yeah!
Needed this person who was a very small life.
And you would think that a celebrity, like, of her status would treat Jill like, oh, just another commoner. But no, that's not the case, because again, you never know how people are going to come into your life. And I think the fact that we have this much to say about a character that we don't really spend a lot of time with is interesting.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my gotcha obsessed, like, Zenla Zone Zero sort of, like, comparison here, but she kind of reminds me of Astra Yao.
Yeah.
Like, a pop idol who is, like, very bubbly, very positive, and you'd expect, like, oh, like probably the game's most guilty Mary Sue, but it's not that simple.
Yeah,
you know?
or you expect her to be like a stuck-up bitch.
But she's not.
And she's not.
Like, she is genuinely a very humble person. She's, like, down to earth despite, like, understanding the amount of influence she has. And if you're going to stick that altruistic, like, goody-goody, like, type of character onto anyone, you could do a whole lot worse than a pop idol whose job is to be a positive influence.
Also, she's a Lilim, and that adds a really interesting layer of
I'm gonna be
complexity.
honest, I keep forgetting that she is one.
It's like the manufacturing of pop idols. And how it's a business that kind of, like, makes these stars and then throws them away.
Exactly.
It's kind of funny, too, because I keep forgetting that she's a Lilim, unlike Dorothy, who is, like, that's the whole point. With Kira, I just figured, like, the main thing I remember about her is the fact that she's she's probably the biggest star in the city.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with A.
I'm gonna go with A as well.
Yeah.
The only reason she's not S is because she doesn't quite have the same amount of gravitas as the 3 characters that are on the S tier.
Yeah, we need to be at least a little withholding of the S spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like honestly, like she's probably closest to. Actually, no, that'd probably be Gil, but she's up there.
Yeah,
she's definitely
up there.
So this is another really big character. Interested to see what you guys think of Alma.
Our compat queen. Just date Jill already.
Yeah.
For
You know
real.
you want to. It's all you talk about.
Just try it. Try it.
Try it.
Okay, can we be real for a moment? She probably understands that Dana's kind of in line for that.
Oh,
Maybe?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Like-
I mean,
She's clocked Jill's crush on Dana.
Oh, yeah.
immediately,
Yeah, more than likely, but like for real. Like you even have an ending together.
Yeah.
Like you actually have an ending with Jill and it's very, very sweet, even though it's the bad ending, which I guess speaks for something. But like
Yeah.
anyway, no, almost great. Like
no, I love Alma.
wonderful, wonderful character.
I think, I know I joke that, like, just date Jill already, but I'm like, I do think that adds a really interesting angle, you know, that she struggles in her love life. I really like the one ending we got where we had the sleepover
Mhm.
Yeah.
with Alma. That was very cute.
Yeah.
Was it ever confirmed, was Alma Alice Rabbit?
It's so they never say it outright, but there's a lot of evidence to
It's
support
heavily
that.
It's very
implied.
heavily implied.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I truly believe the developers think she's Alice Rabbit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Alma would probably fit into the archetype of like the main character's best friend. You
Yeah.
know, like your Joey Wheelers, your Rhines from like Xenoblade, and that this is a character that the main character absolutely freaking needs in order to be able to like go through all the crap that's going on. And let's be real, Alma's the reason Jill didn't lose her goddamn mind during the final stretches of the
She
game.
really
yeah.
does help Jill get out of her shell. I love the segment where she throws Jill into the chair and Alma takes
Exactly.
over.
Yes!
Like she hacks the entire system so she can use the bartending system. She puts herself in the role.
Girl, what
of,
do you want to drink?
Yeah, she puts herself in the role of Jill to help Jill go through what she's dealing with at the time, which, like, you know, big story
Yeah.
moment,
I
obviously.
know we just said be sparing with S, but
Oh no, she deserves it.
Alma's gotta go in S.
No,
She's also like a really like imperfect character. too.
Yes.
Yes.
Like unlike Kira, like Alma isn't just like on this pedestal. Like she's like catty.
She's also kind of a disaster.
yeah. She's making
No, she absolutely is.
her love life is awful.
Like, you know,
she's
you know that.
she's misgendering her brother, which you know you got to work on that, Alma.
Mhm.
But you know she's working on
But
it.
that's I have a lot of experience with that. That's very
It's clearly a slip up because it's something very new to her.
You know, people who have been around me my whole life who still can't get the hang of it. I'm like, in fairness, you have known me as something completely different for like 3 decades.
Yeah, like I think that's the main thing that like endears us to Alma as a character, because like she is definitely someone who helps Jill and like in dealing with a lot, and she also helps like a lot of other characters. She helps Dorothy with her situation in more ways than one, apparently. And I believe she also has an interaction with I'm trying to remember like some of the other conversations we've had, but
If I recall, don't we first meet her when we were speaking with Jaime?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
And I think there's also that whole angle of like, oh, this is a very beautiful woman who's got like packages for days, working in a very high-tech industry.
Very
like,
in-demand industry
Like
in
this
universe.
girl is like a professional like computer science hacker.
Even
Like,
though I've said this before, there's something about her portrait that just doesn't work for me. It like looks like she has a tiny neck.
Yeah, it's because of
that's
the way
true.
it's because of the way the
Yeah.
blonde hair is laying, because it's very thick and voluminous, but
Yeah.
it covers
Yeah.
the neck, so it's a little odd. But like as far as writing goes and the interactions we have with her and her impact on the story, it's hard to see her anything less.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
To finish.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
I got kind of sidetracked too. But the point is that, like, yeah, she is a mess. She is, like, struggling with these things. Common denominator of the, like, all of the relationships you've been in. Yeah, you're the common denominator here. Maybe think about that. But I think the reason that we love her is because she's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing, is, like, yeah, she's a mess, but she's trying to be better.
We're also like the node of stability in Alma's life in a way that, like, everybody else has been a note of stability in ours. Dana, Sei, Dorothy, even Gil, they have all been, like, Jill's anchors, to, to keep mentally sane. And again, she's one of those, like, dichotomous characters, like Jaime, where it's like, you are her.
Yes.
Flavor of stability in a very chaotic world. And that's interesting.
And
that's
if Jill
neat.
can forgive Alma for these little transgressions, she can learn to forgive herself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes her fantastic.
My dudes, we are we're really doing a great job with the energy, but just in case, I think we should take an intermission now.
All right.
This is my favorite part of the show.
This is where you start to have fun.
As I said in the beginning, Tears of Joy is a place where the right answers are subjective, but here the right answers are going to be very objective. We're going to have some real trivia here, and since we're playing Valhalla, and since, Oscar, you're married to a mixologist.
I am.
Gaige, you have tended bar before.
Yes, I have.
We're going to talk about some real-world cocktails.
Oh, goodness.
Let's play a game called Guess-a-Pee the Recipe.
Guess-a-Pee the Recipe!
Why did I look at that title and I think Giuseppe? I'm sorry.
I find that offensive, Oscar.
Giuseppe the Recipe.
Marinara. It's all marinara.
No!
So we're gonna... I brought up Jill's handy-dandy drink indicator description, but these are gonna be descriptions of real-world common cocktails. All of these are pretty much universally recognized cocktails, and based on the ingredients and the description, there's some fun facts in there. I need you guys to tell me, you can work together on this, what these cocktails are that we're ordering.
Okay.
And Amber would rock at this.
Let's go with number 1 here. Made with 2 gin and 4 tonic water. Don't worry about the numbers too much. I was just kind of trying to get rough proportions, because that's how it is in Valhalla. Made with 2 gin and 4 tonic water with a lime wedge for garnish, with ice all mixed. This isn't a trick question, it really is that obvious. This was popularized in British colonized India to make malaria medication more palatable.
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, this is a gin and tonic.
I know that because that's my partner's go-to drink.
And also, it's literally right there in the ingredients.
Right in the title.
2 gin, 4 tonic.
Yeah, I wanted to give you a softball, not a highball.
No, that's
I'd
fair.
like to point out that the gin that they usually used was called Bombay Sapphire.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yep.
No, please hit me with the fun facts, because
Bombay Sapphire was one of the common brands of gin that was used, and it is called Bombay Sapphire because in British colonized India, they made gin and tonics to make malaria medication more palatable. And that's why it is called Bombay Sapphire, because it's India, and it's in a blue bottle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real, I'm not the biggest fan of gin and tonics.
I have to be in a specific mood for it.
I don't think gin's my thing, in general.
I'm fine with gin, personally, but, like, with only tonic water, I prefer something a little more flavorful.
I'm a little bit bougie if I'm getting a gin and tonic. It's Tanqueray gin.
Yeah, I can see
Don't
that.
give me the well. Don't give me don't give me Beefeater.
I don't drink that swill. Ugh. Let's go to drink number 2 here. Made with 5 white rum, 3 coconut cream, and 5 pineapple juice, garnished with a slice of pineapple and a cocktail cherry with ice all blended. Invented in 1954 at a popular resort in San Juan. Great if you're not into yoga or you have half a brain.
Pina colada.
Yep.
If you like pina coladas.
I'm like, as soon as you see pineapple and coconut, like, that's where you start, like, putting it together. But I personally love pina coladas.
Now be honest with me, did you have it before the musical reference?
Yes.
Okay.
So, when I tended bar, I actually went to a bartender school. It was like 2 weeks, and the way you passed to get, like, your little, like, bartender certificate, you had to memorize like 150 different cocktails, because for the test you had to make 12 of them in 7 minutes, and you got no notes.
Oh, okay.
So you had to know what you were making.
So did they pick out 12 to, like, suddenly quiz you on, and you had to make 7?
Yeah, like, they would go up and they'd be like, go make me
pina colada.
A pina colada, a Manhattan,
Yeah.
bad screaming Nazi shot, And
I had to do a double take on that one.
Yeah.
It's Bad Screaming Nazi is Rumpelminz, Jägermeister, and Goldschlager.
See, you like, okay,
Well, I'm
just
really
gonna
glad
say,
that's not one of the questions
I
I
was
was
gonna
Yeah.
say, like, on the one hand, yeah, and on the other hand, something tells me that he's going to knock this quiz out of the park.
Yeah, there's a lot of shots. There's a lot of very inappropriately named shots.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
say.
Yeah. Like, we literally have a drink called Sex on the Beach, for Pete's sake, and that's like the tame one.
Yeah, I think that's tame as far as these go.
Yep.
You guys are 2 for 2 so far. Let's move on to number 3. Made with 5 vodka, 9 tomato juice, and 2 lemon juice with some dashes of Worcestershire sauce.
Wash your sister sauce.
Who's that there sauce?
Plus Tabasco, celery, salt, and pepper for taste with ice gently stirred. Named for a Tudor-era British queen. If you drink it in front of a mirror 3 times, your reflection will get bloody.
I got this one. This is a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
What's this? Blah blah.
You'll see a lot of bars on Instagram put like ridiculous garnishes on these now, like a whole burger
Yeah.
or a crab claw.
So, fun fact about the Bloody Mary, actually, this is a hangover cure for all intents and purposes. Because,
Yeah.
like, Bloody Marys are basically supposed to be had in the morning, like, for breakfast. Like, some people have it
It's
for
it's
breakfast.
like a brunch drink.
Basically. Like,
Or to like keep the buzz going the next day kind of thing, because you
Yeah.
still got drink, but you're not gonna get smashed by
yeah,
it.
but, like, when you're going to, like, I guess you could say, like, the fluid from the, like, tomato juice, along with, like, the spice from the Tabasco, the Worcestershire, the pepper, and all that, that's, like, supposed to, like, snap you up. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to, like, okay,
It's
get
bright-
out of my system.
It's bright.
Like,
It's peppery. It's like, a lot of cocktails are very sweet. They're very heavy.
yeah.
You drink them like with dinner, after dinner. I'm like, Bloody Mary's kind of the opposite because it's very vegetable focused. So
Yes.
you're like, all right, I'm up. I'm ready to go.
I'm not a fan of Bloody Marys.
I think I just don't like tomatoes enough. If it's not like in a marinara sauce.
I've gotten more inclined to tomatoes recently, but I don't know. Bloody Marys just never really agreed with me.
This is going to sound absolutely insane. I only like Bloody Marys if I'm on vacation.
Dude, that's awesome.
Vibe is a thing.
I'm like,
Vibe is absolutely a
when
thing.
we went to Colossal East, I remember I went after the midnight pool party. I went to the breakfast buffet with like my big sunglasses on. I'm like, let me get a Bloody Mary.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
with like a 3-piece taco meal
Yeah, with
stuffed
like
into the top of it.
I will say.
You
I will
put
say.
the crab claw in the drink.
It's funny you mentioned that. Actually, I will say this: like, pair this with a nice, like, hearty meal, like tacos or like even a burrito or something. It actually is kind of fire.
Yeah. Let's go to drink number 4. You guys have a perfect score so far. Made with 9 white Cuban rum and 4 lime juice with mint sprigs and white cane sugar for flavor. Gaige already has it. Topped off with soda water with ice lightly stirred. Its name might come from the Cuban lime seasoning or a Spanish word meaning a little bit wet. It was a favorite of Ernest Hemingway.
It's a mojito.
Yup. Which, for those curious, the word that they're referring to is mojado.
When I was 16, I took a trip to France with my French class, and you are allowed to drink at the age of 16 in France.
Yes.
And the first drink I ever ordered at a bar was a mojito.
My first I ever ordered was a strawberry mojito.
Yep, it
No,
was a
dude,
mojito.
respect on that one. Seriously.
Good
Okay,
choice.
I'm just gonna say right now, mojitos, fantastic.
It was so funny because my mom was a chaperone on that trip, and like I was like looking at her the whole time, and I was like, I would like a mojito. My mom was like, we're on vacation. Get whatever you want.
There you
I was
go.
like, who
Is okay?
is it? I'm like,
It's
yeah, I
okay.
was so like, I cannot. Am I sure?
Can I has?
Can I ask?
But yeah, no, like if you go to Cuba, by the way, like they are like religious about this drink because mojitos are a classic for a reason, and down in Central America, this shit is amazing.
Oh, they're so refreshing.
Yeah, that's like one of 2 like national drinks of Cuba, I think.
Yeah.
The other one I believe is coquito.
I actually forget what the
No,
other
no,
one
no, no,
was, but-
no, no, no.
Coquito's like a-
Coquito's Mexican. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like a coconut
Yeah.
nog.
Perfect so far. I think mint sprigs is what gives this one away,
A little bit.
personally.
But also, like, yeah,
Well, moving on. Made with 9 bourbon or rye whiskey, 1 sugar cube and a few dashes of Angostura bitters, and plain water. Garnished with an orange sliver and or cocktail cherry with ice gently stirred. It was the most popular cocktail in American bars in 2016, according to a poll in Drinks International. It's the official drink of Louisville, Kentucky. They don't make them like this anymore.
This is
I'm actually not sure about this one.
is either an old fashioned I think it's an old-fashioned.
Is this an old-fashioned?
I think this is an old-fashioned.
This is an old-fashioned.
Oh, snap!
Okay, because there's like a slight difference between this and a Manhattan. So I was like, I think it's old-fashioned.
Yeah, I
think
wanted to ramp up the difficulty a little
It's
bit.
the
as we
cocktail
go.
cherry, I think.
See, the thing is like, I feel ashamed now because, like, old-fashioned is one of my personal favorite drinks.
You know,
I love these.
I'm not a big drinker too, so I could be like a little bit off in like the research I did for this.
No.
No, you got it. That's it.
Here's a funny thing, though, right? With me personally, I actually, like, what threw me off was the plain water.
Yeah.
I actually prefer my old fashions without it.
Yeah, stronger.
Some
And a lot of bars do.
Some
abstain
bartenders
from
do. I did not when I made them. So it depends on the bar you work at.
Yeah, but no, like, I was like, okay, yeah, like, whiskey, the sugar cube, the Angostura. Okay, yeah, this is definitely old-fashioned, but, like, the water threw me off.
You do have to cut bitters a little bit, so that's sometimes people do that to,
Yeah,
like...
I guess you could do that with like more sugar instead. Or...
Yeah.
I guess I just like my drinks stronger because, like, I love old-fashioned.
Because I ain't no baby.
Well, fun fact, actually, because, like, I also like it when they kind of, like, go the extra mile to make it a certain flavor, because there are different ways to make old-fashions. It's one of the most versatile drinks out there because you can make it, like, several different ways as long as you stick to the original recipe. It's classic for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I went to, Amber took me to this restaurant, and they had a variant of an old-fashioned that used brown sugar instead of the sugar cube.
Ooh.
It was really
Oh,
good.
I would like that.
Like,
I'd probably like that more.
It was fantastic. Like, it actually it also like had a smokiness to it. So yeah, again, versatile drink, but the original recipe, classic for a reason.
Yeah, because again, my partner likes Maker's Mark Manhattans, and that's what was throwing me, because Maker's Mark is a bourbon.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
All
yeah,
right.
I'm more of a whiskey guy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was also a lot of people disagreeing on what the alcohol in it was.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
yeah, like I said, there are several ways
Yeah.
to make it, but the original still stands.
yeah, I guess these would be one of many possible like base recipes for these things.
I mean, hey, like
each bar is gonna have their own thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
we still got it from this description, so
Yeah.
I think that's a success right there.
Let's keep this going with number 6. Made with 4 vodka citron, 2 triple sec, 2 fresh lime juice, and 3 cranberry juice, garnished with a lemon twist with ice all shaken. A native New Yorker, this drink is basically the 5th main character of Sex and the City.
That's a cosmopolitan.
Mm-hmm.
Show me Cosmopolitan!
I love a good Cosmo.
Okay,
Oh,
like, if you're going to introduce someone to, like, if you have a friend who's, like, not used to alcoholic drinks and, like, they maybe want to try it, Cosmopolitan is actually a really good introductory, like, cocktail in my opinion.
most, like, fruit-based, like,
Yeah.
martinis are.
This is my vibe. I'm so girly with drinks.
Oh yeah, no, that's
no shame.
No, that's the thing though, because it's like when you think of like cocktails, like beginner cocktails, you think, oh, pina coladas,
Yeah.
you think margaritas and whatnot. But if
Daiquiri.
you're- like the next step after that, like if you want to start getting more into like the drink culture, I think the Cosmopolitan is like one of the best
Also,
steps into that.
this is stuff that I find really funny to talk about, because obviously with my transition, people are like, oh, you gotta start drinking burnt bourbon from a
Yeah.
barrel, and I'm like, I will take my electric blue martini with a gummy worm in it, and you can go to hell.
One
Okay.
of my favorite drinks of all time. It used to be my all-time favorite like cocktail, but has since been usurped. Is the margarita.
Yeah.
Like, it's classic for a reason, and yeah, it's sweet and it's girly. Fuck off, I like it.
Oh
I
no.
do love a margarita.
It's so good.
If, again, like, if I'm on vacation, like, if it's later at night, I get, like, the chocolatiest.
Oh.
Espresso martini, chocolate martini, mudslide. I'm like, give me the dessert drink.
Dude.
I want cake in a glass.
Dude, like, Amber, like, helped me make a drink last night that was coffee liqueur with, like, orange bitters. It was so
I love coffee
good.
and drinks.
Dude, like, the next time you have coffee liqueur, like, add, like, a citrus to it. It's so good.
Intriguing.
I had this at my old job. It was like coffee liqueur, cream, frangelico.
Ooh.
So it was like a hazelnut iced
Oh.
coffee martini.
Oh,
Okay.
And I
killing
was
me
like,
here.
oh, this is dangerous, because I could drink like a gallon of this and
I'm gonna
be
be-
bombed.
I'm gonna be
Eating the
thirsty
honey
after
without
this.
feeling the bee.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got one more drink for you guys here.
Let's
The
see.
hangover man is here, and I owe him money.
Made with 5 Smirnoff vodka, 12 ginger beer, and 1 lime juice, garnished with a slice of lime with ice, gently stirred, usually served in a copper cup. Despite the name, it was actually invented in Hollywood.
Speaking of the drink that has usurped the margarita as my favorite, this is a Moscow Mule.
Oh.
Show me Moscow Mule!
I love Moscow Mules. Oh,
Dude, like, ever since Amber and, like, others have introduced me to Moscow Mules, I've never went back. This is now officially my favorite, like, cocktail
it's not
ever.
too strong. It's not too sweet either. It's refreshing. It's bright and like perfect summer drink.
And like the ginger, dude, like the fizziness of it, it's like drinking a soda that got like a bachelor's degree.
Yes,
It's so good.
That's a good way to put that. That's a very good way to put that.
Like
Yeah.
a Moscow Mule is basically a soda with a bachelor's degree. Like the vodka is just like. It depends on the type of vodka you get, but like if it's like maybe like mid-tier strength vodka with the ginger beer and like everything else, fantastic.
You know it's a good drink when it like has its own container that's like for
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, the thing is like this thing is stupid easy to make. It's literally just vodka and ginger beer. Like obviously lime juice too, but it's like 3 ingredients. That's all you need, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you know, because I actually found this really interesting, so what came to be known as Smirnoff vodka was invented in Russia, but the inventor of it emigrated, escaped the Soviet Union.
Yes.
Yeah, and then came to America and then sold that to what ended up belonging to an American bar owner in Hollywood.
Yeah.
By the way, like, usually served in a copper cup. First of all, 2 things here. You don't need a copper cup to have a Moscow Mule. It can be served in a glass just fine. But if you're going to use a copper cup, I'm just going to say right now, empty that shit out and wash it immediately after you use it because, yeah, that stuff can be a little bit dangerous if you leave it alone.
Yeah.
It can tarnish.
Yes.
And you do not want to drink the tarnish.
You do not want to drink from a tarnished copper cup.
Delicious verdigris.
Ooh.
Statue of Liberty flavor.
Guys, great job. That's 7 for 7.
Now I'm thirsty.
We ready to jump back in?
I'm ready.
I activated like a sleeper agent when I saw some of those recipes. I have not tended bar in years.
The Winter Soldier over here.
Good job, though. That was
Shake the glass.
awesome.
They taught us how to light like shots on fire too, and they taught us like the cinnamon trick. Like if you sprinkle cinnamon over while
See,
it's
I know
on
the
fire,
crouton trick.
it like sparks and stuff like that.
Because I really didn't know a lot of this stuff until I was preparing the quiz and doing research. I feel like I'm like seeing you in your elements.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
one of my favorite things from bartender school is when they were teaching us how to do flaming shots. Our instructor was like, "Oh, we're gonna teach you like a really, really valuable lesson right now," and she knocked the flaming shot over, so all this flaming liquid goes across the bar, and she goes, "How do you put it out?"
No.
The answer is you take water and just run it over, because people are like, "Oh, water won't put it out." I'm like, actually it does,
Yeah.
because it cuts the alcohol content. And then it can't
Oh,
ignite.
and then it can't ignite.
Yeah, exactly. You guys want to get into the really, really big things, though. Like, wait until they tell you how to use the iron spokes. Anyway.
Okay, well, jumping back into it. We've kept these two apart for too long. Let's talk about Stella.
This is arguably my favorite character in this roster besides Jill herself, I'm just going to say right now. But, oh my god, Stella's delightful. I love her so much. She's amazing.
I think that Stella and Sei have one of the most satisfying character arcs in a game that I've played.
Completely agree.
It only just occurred to me while we were talking about Sei earlier, but Sei gets a bandage over her left eye, and Stella has a missing right eye.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I'll be your right eye if you'll be my left.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, I love these two.
I don't
like,
know if they're actually a couple, but even if they're not,
They should be.
They're soulmates, even if it's not romantic.
It's kind of that situation where it's like, it's never confirmed, but go ahead and believe it if you
But
want.
come on.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
I would say Stella's kind of in the same vein as Kira Miki for me. Another example of a character who's like big into like the high class. She's a rich girl,
Yeah.
Very
obviously.
well to do.
No. Anyway, but again, like you'd expect maybe some pomposity, which she does have.
Yeah.
But it's the type of pomposity that suddenly becomes endearing once you learn more about her.
Yeah, she never thought she would want to drink in this rundown bar.
Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, she's like meeting people that will become lifelong friends for the rest of her life.
But she like loves doing Mega Christmas for the kids. And,
Yeah.
and like dresses up as Santa. She has like strong feelings about like workers' rights and stuff.
I was about to say I don't remember who's the conversation she has with that. Like I think it's Art.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like that whole conversation about like workers' rights and like the high class and the corruption and all that.
Yeah.
She has a whole exchange with Art, and I kind of appreciate her take on it because she does defend the like higher class or like the top.
She's like
bigwigs.
pragmatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she does defend the top bigwigs, but she like approaches it in a way where it's like she doesn't excuse the corruption,
Yes.
but she provides an explanation for it where she's like trying to give perspective. I appreciate that about her. Like, the writing with Stella is fantastic.
Yeah, she like cares about people just as much as Sei does, but Sei puts herself out there, and Stella kind of more works in the system, I think.
A
Yeah.
big theme of Valhalla is subverting your expectations of characters.
Yeah, I agree.
It's huge. Because they set characters up one way and completely turn the archetypes that they're based on their heads. You see that again with, like, Dorothy. Like, you think, oh, she's gonna be a one-note, she's gonna be just, like, a prostitute, or, like, the sex-obsessed character. And that's not the case. You get that with Jaime, you get that with Miki, and Stella's kind of, like, the encapsulation of that, where you expect her to be real standoffish and hoity-toity, very, like, tropey rich girl, and that's not the case.
I also appreciate that, like, at least compared to everyone else, she kind of provides a role for Jill's growth in that she provides Jill with pragmaticism.
Yeah.
Like, she's a very pragmatic character, and, like, unlike other characters, like, Sei obviously has, like, that emotional connection and, like, the comparable story. You got characters like Dana, who provides, like, a good, like, nice ground for Jill. Stella doesn't mince words. She, like, sees what's going on with Jill, and she clearly cares. Like, she expresses that she does care, but she provides Jill, and by extension, the rest of the cast and the character, and, like, us as players, with a more pragmatic approach to things, and I appreciate that about her.
You need your friends like Sei who are gonna just, like, let you vent and hear you out and try to make you feel better, but you also need friends like Stella who are gonna be like, well, obviously you should call her and make up. You can't,
Exactly.
You can't just live your life like this.
And, like, I appreciate it. I personally have, like, gained a very, very big appreciation for candor lately, especially nowadays, and I really, really come to love that about Stella. This is gonna be selfish of me because maybe she doesn't have the same gravitas as like some of the other characters, but I think Stella's S tier.
S is for Stella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
S is for Stella.
S is for
She's
Stella.
so good.
Well, if that's the case,
yes,
these two are going to need to be next
They're-
to each
they
other.
have to be next to
we
each
have to
other.
have them together. Absolutely.
It's because, like, the more we talk about her, I'm like, it's really fascinating how these two are foils to each other. They're even facing each other.
yeah. No,
But they're
adorable.
You get scenes with just one and just the other at different times, and those are also really good. They function perfectly well as individuals. Also.
Yeah.
like great individual characters that become even more interesting when they are paired.
You know, because you said, you know, Stella's very pragmatic. Sei's kind of more, like, emotional, like, believing the good in people, and, you know...
Two halves of the same whole, two sides of the same coin.
Stella, on the other hand, is very analytical. She's more intellectual.
Yeah.
But when the two of them are together, they kind of soften on both of those ideals. Like, Sei becomes a little bit more like, okay, let's ground in reality, but, like, when Sei's missing, Stella's very emotional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
like,
think
she
that-
is so beside herself.
I think that's very, very good writing.
I remember us playing through the game and like Sei being back and being like, I don't know what to do, and like all of us are like screaming at the screen, like, call Stella!
Call Stella,
She wants to
please.
know where you
For
are!
real. Speaking of intellectual characters, though.
Yeah, so we have a Art Vandelay. I didn't realize, because we picked up that he looks like George Costanza.
Yeah.
I didn't realize in Seinfeld, Art Vandelay is a fake name George goes by on multiple occasions. So he is a very intentional George Costanza.
I did not know
parallel.
that.
You know what? That's actually kind of cool. I'm gonna be so real. I'm not sure how I feel about this character.
He's a private investigator. You can get a little bit more into his backstory, but of course not as prominent as like our top 5 girlies here.
Yeah, he definitely has like nuance to him, that's for certain. But like, I'm gonna be so real. Like, dealing with him is a little bit hit or miss in my opinion. Because it's like, on the one hand, I like appreciate what he's doing, but on the other hand, he kind of seems like a crackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick, I would put him in D.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually wasn't expecting that one because, like, I understand the importance of him, but actually, no, now that I think about it, Ingram and Kim at least have that nuance about, like, don't get me wrong, like, Art does too. He doesn't show it.
Yeah.
Like, he's very dedicated to his role as the very most important private investigator, and I need you to pay me in order to gain the information that I have and all the, like, I don't know, the guy always came off as pretentious to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a bit of a like cute backstory to him, but the biggest like secrets of him are kind of just about like he's been looking for Crimson Rose, who's this killer, and eventually just decides to stop going after them, and it's like doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, I think the reason I say D is because even compared to ones we haven't gotten to yet, he's so much less compelling than everybody else.
That's a good way to put it. Like, the most interesting thing about, like, we were just mentioning it, the most interesting thing about Art is the conversation he has with Stella.
Yes.
And let's be real, like, I think a lot of it
He's like a pipe layer. He's there to set up other things.
Yes.
Which, you know what, I can appreciate.
Which, you need that sometimes, but that doesn't mean you're my favorite.
I'm willing to put him in D, personally,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought maybe we were gonna get some fine art, but
No. Sorry, Art. Like, you're a good character, just not the best. I'm going to give him credit, though. The competition is stiff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, comparatively...
yeah. If we're grading on a curve, it's really rough for you, Art.
Yeah.
Speaking of rough.
Everybody tune in for Streaming Chan.
Who wants to watch me sleep? Wow.
Nicole Chen, I think, is her real name.
Actually, though?
She's Streaming Chan, yeah.
Streaming Chan.
Huh.
Yeah, you can get a real name from her.
Okay, well then. I don't like her!
I did this voice. No.
Really?
I did not like doing the voice for Streaming Chan.
I think this one hits really close to home for the two of you
Oh,
also.
God.
A little bit.
She's court jester. I'm sure maybe we could have worked with her and got some sad backstory. Maybe. Or maybe she doesn't. I would go E. I do think she's worse than Art.
I don't even think there is, like, deeper stuff to her in the game. I don't think there are, like, deeper choices with her.
So I can kind of like, I can kind of like put it into perspective for myself here. She kind of is in the same vein as Donovan D. Dawson for me, but whereas Donovan D. Dawson is a terrible person, but he's at least funny and entertaining, Streaming Chan is a bad person, but she's not funny. I'm sorry. She is cringe humor up the wazoo, and I do not like cringe humor.
All she does is show up and overstimulate you.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
There's, like, all the text on the screen.
And, like...
Hey, yo, dog, I heard you liked text.
The thing is, like...
Put some text in your text.
Were it up to me on a purely emotional standpoint, I would also put her in Garbo. The only reason I'm willing to put her in E tier is because, yeah, she's insufferable. She was clearly meant to be.
I'll compromise on E.
She is very clearly meant to be an insufferable,
at least respect the
annoying
intent.
character.
I can respect the authorial intent of Streaming Chan.
Exactly. That's the only reason I'm not putting her in Garbo. I cannot stand a character like Streaming Chan, but I see the vision.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't get any, like, deeper thing about, like, the grind of being a content creator or something.
Oh,
like, she does,
yeah.
like, pass out because she's exhausted, but we don't really do a character exploration.
Well, and
from
she
it.
does, like, the whole, like, donate money and I'll drink myself into a stupor. And I'm like, I feel like there was commentary starting, but there was so much else going on with other interesting characters that added to, like, the overall plot. I just feel like that never got explored.
Yeah, she's definitely supposed to be a parody on, like, the worst of the worst type of culture that you could expect out of the streaming community.
The IRL streamers, specifically.
But, like, I respect the intent. I respect what they were going for. It just didn't land, and it doesn't change the fact that I cannot stand her as a character.
All right. So these two are kind of a package deal a little bit, but Betty and Deal.
I'm willing to just judge them together.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because they always come in together.
Yes.
So they're regulars. It seems like they've been to the bar a few times before the story starts. They don't work together, but they always come in at the same time.
And Betty definitely has unresolved feelings.
Oh,
for Deal.
absolutely.
Yeah, even though Betty is a lesbian or identifies as a lesbian.
Yes.
There's something going on.
Has
here.
trouble with the idea, is both pushing Deal to get into a relationship with one of his co-workers, but also doesn't want him to be in a relationship with someone else.
She kind of has a jealous streak going on.
Yeah.
Betty's messy, similar to Alma.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. Here's the thing about these two characters, in that I don't think they are also characters that have any sort of like grand impact compared to like some of the higher tier characters in this game. But anytime they do show up, I don't mind it. I actually am very entertained by these two. They're funny together. They have some interesting interesting moments with Jill, and more so interesting moments with each other. Like, watching these two interact is genuinely funny.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like, it's kind of like Odd Couple, bad rom-com sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of. I see, I'm kind of like struggling as to where I would rank them, because I do like them, and I do kind of like that they don't get like a neat bow on their story. Like, you don't really know what happens to these two when the game is over. Like, does Betty figure herself out?
Yeah.
Like, because
there's no special endings with them.
They clearly like each other, and
they're in this weird purgatory of being around a lot but not being main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think they pepper the world in a really interesting way, because not every person you meet is going to change your life.
And that does serve a function, because like when they show up, I at least am kind of like, no, I want to like find out what's going on with Sei or with Dorothy. I don't want to talk to you. But like, you need space for these things.
Yeah.
You can't keep having the most interesting person walk in.
If the worst thing you can say about a character, or a pair of characters in this case, is that I wish I could know more about them, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
So I would say they're fine. I would put them in C tier personally.
I agree.
Because it's like, again, what they do, like when they show up, it's good. I do not mind these characters at all. Do I wish we had more? Yes. Am I fine with what we got? Yes.
Yeah, works for me. Good deal.
Good deal.
Fine deal.
Fine deal.
Oscar's reaction to this one was priceless. This is Taylor.
Oh my god.
It's pronouns, but says that you may use they, them if that's more comfortable for you.
Good to know.
Taylor is a brain in a jar.
A brain.
It is a brain in a jar.
This is, in fact, a brain in a jar. Did we ever get an explanation as to how this thing managed to walk up to a bar and if it can even drink alcohol?
I'm assuming that there are robotics in place for it to get around.
I can only assume.
Maybe it's like a little hover thing like Futurama, or maybe it's on like one of those like little delivery.
I was
like those brain jar robots from like Buzz Lightyear, the guys that work for Zurg.
Yeah, that too.
I was wondering if it was a reference to like Futurama or something at first.
Maybe.
It could be a reference to a lot of things.
That's
Brain in a jar is a thing. I couldn't get like one specific inspiration for this character.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish its name was Hector, so it could have been a reference to Hector con carne.
Oh my god. Freaking, I forgot his name was Hector.
Hector con carne, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not sure how to feel about this guy, because we got so little interactions from him, but he's just such an out there character.
Everybody who meets Taylor remembers the brain in the jar.
Very much so.
But then I feel like they can't really tell you anything about it.
Then no, you can't.
And yet, the dialogue that Taylor gets is genuinely entertaining.
I mean, it's a fascinating character.
Unsurprisingly, or no, very surprisingly, Taylor's a flirt. Is
yeah,
like, just kind of, like
you
with everyone.
You actually hear him like trying to put on airs with like Jill and some other characters.
I mean, I guess you could impose whatever you want onto the brain.
Also pick a very gender-neutral name.
It is the perfect partner, maybe. I don't know. I've never dated a brain in a jar.
And I guess maybe there must be something you can pour the drink into that it, like...
Maybe.
Can, like, analyze and...
Like...
I think secondhand know, like, what this sensation would feel like if it could feel it.
Remember that episode in SpongeBob where, like, Sandy fills up the helmets with water and then she puts a tea bag in there?
In it. Yeah.
I can only imagine it's something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm actually willing to put this guy in, believe it or not, B tier. If only because, like, again, we know so little about this guy. We have so few interactions, but every single interaction is memorable.
I want to know more about the brain.
I do! I want to know more about this freaking because it's a freaking brain in a jar!
I'm going to put it into B for no reason.
B for brain!
B for brain.
B for brain.
B for brain.
This probably might be my most controversial take in this video, but I don't know. I enjoy the brain in a jar.
I can't argue with it though. I'm like, the brain in the jar is very fun.
It is. It very much is.
And sometimes it's like with Betty and Deal, you need moments like that between the story.
Completely agree.
Like, there are other characters on this list that we have gotten to that have their other moments, but...
Yeah.
Speaking of...
We have crossed the Rubicon into the true mysticism of the universe, Verhilio.
Oh man, talk about a character who went through a redemption arc for me because I could not stand this character at first.
I love Verhilio.
That's the thing though, like
this is my other favorite character.
This was the character I was referring to at the beginning where I'm like, I think Verhilio, because we got his full story, is my favorite character.
Like, going through all these, like, some of these characters are like, oh, you're gonna like this character right out of the gate. Like Dana, amazing character, like right out of the gate. Dorothy, amazing character right out of the gate. This guy is an example of a character that I could not... I was on the Jill side on this one. I could not stand this guy at first. And then we learned more about him and then understood how important he actually is and everything that he did. And it's like, oh my god, this guy actually might be one of the best characters in this gosh darn game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
like, what a compelling story.
He was the White Knight who saved Sei and Stella as little girls.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the whole weird, esoteric, enigmatic front he puts on is a front because nobody pays attention to the eccentric weirdo. They ignore him.
Yeah.
It's hiding in plain sight.
There's a witch hunt for White Knights, but like nobody wants to talk to him.
Yeah, and I'm like,
he's
that's
annoying.
Like
fascinating.
Like Jill is meant to be the vehicle for us to be able to interact with these characters, and yeah, I was with Jill in the fact that, oh yeah, I wouldn't pay attention to the guy who's basically acting like he just came out of the mental ward.
I also like that the drink that we have to give him in order to proc, like, the ending we got is a Simpsons reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also going to give him actually credit for that one, like, in a different angle. I appreciate the fact that he's the character that gives us probably the most challenge from a gameplay standpoint just to figure out what the hell he wants.
And I think when I think that's how the twist is able to work, because when he first shows up, you're like, oh, I get it, this is a game mechanic, it's to quiz us on the drinks.
Yeah.
So you don't really suspect he's going to have deeper because you think he's already served his function.
I like when we give him, like, the perfume in the hat.
Yeah.
He's really taken aback by it. The facade drops, and he's like, oh, okay. And that kind of, like, gave me, like, my first indication of, like, there's something more going on with you.
Yeah,
because
like,
you let the facade drop.
Like, there is so much to digest with this character, and the pacing of his writing throughout the entire story just works.
I had the biggest grin on my face when we got his ending where he opens the restaurant.
Yeah.
And Sei and Stella go eat there. I was like grinning ear to ear.
Yeah.
Like, this guy was not only a savior to Stella and Sei, he was also kind of a savior to Jill as well, because for all of his eccentricities, he's the one who made Jill challenge her viewpoint probably among the most in this roster.
That's my favorite Verhilio scene. He shows up to the bar when Jill's like at her lowest point.
Oh, yeah.
After talking to Gabby, and Jill's able to blow off some steam and be like, I'm not doing your fucking riddles right now.
And he takes it!
Yeah.
Like, he takes it, he acknowledges it, and he's just like, you're angry, aren't you? And then it just unwinds from there.
And he's able to be like, oh, I can see you're not in the mood for this. And they like have like a normal
like a legit conversation.
It's such a good turning point. This guy's S tier.
Yeah, S.
Verhilio is easily
easy
S tier.
And I know there are probably people who have not played his full story who are going, what the fuck are you three talking about? But I'm like, I promise you, take the time to get to know Verhilio.
He's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Look up the solutions to his riddles if you have to.
Double real. Like, every single interaction with this guy is worth it.
Shout out to our Twitch viewers who are like, no, follow this guy to this pier.
Yeah, Magus and everybody else helping us there.
No, like, fantastic.
Here's a character we only meet once. This is Brian. Brian is the regional manager of BTC, which is the company that owns a lot of bars, including Valhalla.
Oh, yeah.
He shows up to discuss some business with Dana. He asks you to serve him a drink, treat him like any other customer. You get a little bit of information about, like, why so many bars, including Valhalla, are closing down.
I'm gonna be real, I don't remember this guy much at all.
I don't think we met him.
Have we not?
We did.
We did?
We did?
I was just watching the highlights, and he's there, but it is easy for him not to leave an impression.
It's just so little.
There's so much happening in Valhalla.
It also doesn't help that, like, because there are other characters in this roster that we only ever meet once. Because, like, you know, you have to have that, like, special interaction or you need to meet certain conditions.
Yeah.
But the difference is that a lot of those characters have very bombastic designs that there's at least some detail you can latch onto that, oh, hey, yeah, I do remember this guy with the weird haircut or the very, like,
Or the obvious reference.
Yeah, or, like, the bright dress or something. This guy looks vanilla as hell.
Yeah.
I think
that's the point.
Yeah, his main purpose, I think at least, is to serve as an extension or to inform Dana's character a little bit, because he clearly has a lot of respect for Dana, and even though Dana's doing crazy stuff on the regular, he comes in with complete confidence of her.
I kind of have a difficult time placing this character.
Yeah.
Well, this is based off your opinions and your experience, so if that is nothing you can remember, that's valid.
Yeah.
If he has to get a low grade for that, you know, so be it. He failed to stick in your memory.
I gotta go meh on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go meh as well. Just because I don't remember much about him.
Like, does he serve a purpose? I absolutely do acknowledge that. However, the fact that we had to remind ourselves who this guy even was.
Like, the grading curve is very stacked against you.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I think this one's a little bit more memorable. This is who I usually say is my favorite character.
It's Rad Dog!
It's Rad Sheba.
Yeah, hi, dog.
He's a dog with a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses.
So, this is a little bit difficult for me because, like, Rad Sheba is an example of what you see is what you get. It is a dog in a Hawaiian shirt with sunglasses, and that's pretty much all there is to it.
He's delightful, though.
Absolutely delightful.
He's absolutely delightful.
I love that he, like, gets hired as a part-timer, but it's really just because Dana wants a dog
just
around.
really wants
he never
a talking
does
dog.
anything.
There's a whole saga involving Rad Sheba, but all of it is so, like, I want to say superfluous?
He is absolutely a joke character.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
But
it works!
I love him so much.
If you're going to have a character design that's just supposed to be one big joke, a dog is a perfect way to go.
I love that Jill never warms up to him.
No. See, it's kind of funny because, like, I was kind of on the like level of Jill for a while, just because, like, what is your purpose? Like, what do you do? Why are you here?
I'm the opposite. This dog didn't even need to talk to me. I'm like,
See,
whatever you're putting down, I am picking up. Let's go.
See, this is why I'm Jill and you're Dana.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like he walked into the bar and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but you have it.
Dog shows are, like, such easy crowd pleasers for me, of, like, you do the, like, spin the bottle truth or dare, or yeah, it's just truth or dare. But you do truth or dare, and just, like, all of his questions and answers during that segment are pure gold.
Oh my god, yeah.
He's great. I'm comfortable putting him in A, like high A.
See, I was going to put him in B personally. If only because maybe it's because he doesn't give us as much to chew on as the likes of, like, Gillian and Jaime. But at the same time, I can't argue with the fact that as a joke character, he does nail it.
There's never a time when Rad Sheba doesn't come onto screen where I'm like, oh god, this guy. I'm like, it's ear to ear every time. I'm like, you're perfect, I love you.
No, you two definitely have a higher opinion of Rad Sheba than I do, admittedly. If only because I guess I like my jokes to have a little more nuance, but I'm willing to put him in A.
You don't like the dog
He's
buns.
not enough highbrow for me.
I like the dog, though. I do like the dog. I'm willing to put him in A tier.
Okay, I was afraid I was gonna have to like King Solomon, like cut this in
No,
half.
No!
No, don't
cut
Rad
the dog
Sheba
in half! Just to save him from being King Solomon, we're gonna put him in A tier.
Compromise. He's low A, high B.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
We could be a little more grounded with this next one. This is Norma. Character only shows up twice, but as a reminder, she's a 17-year-old
Yep.
girl who's has like an overbearing mother and shows up to the bar.
She tries
rebellious
to
and tries
get
to get a
us
drink.
to give her drinks. I remember
And
that.
you can give
Yep.
her alcohol if you want.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
so real with you, though. I appreciate the fact that they gave us a character who was like, should I be doing this?
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
I really do this? This is probably a bad idea.
I like that she is the character that Jill gives life advice to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of characters, it is them giving... Everybody kind of gives their own little nuggets of advice to Jill.
It's kind of like a reciprocal thing where it's like
Yeah.
Jill
Yeah.
helps them,
You
they
pick up
help
little
Jill.
lessons. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a character who almost exclusively is helped by
is
Jill.
helped by
only.
Jill.
Yeah.
That being said, I would probably put her in fine.
I agree, honestly.
Because Jill does get better lessons from other people, and she is able, like, again, all of those lessons she gets from other people do culminate in her, and, like, Jill finally reciprocating the advice she's been given.
This is a character who, like, fills that role of, you serve a purpose, and you served it
And
well.
you serve it
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So I'd say she's fine.
I can agree to
She's
this.
fine.
The only like real like what is the narrative purpose of this character I can think of is that it does kind of set up how Jill can interact with like a kid,
Yes.
which will be important later.
It
Yeah.
does. Yeah,
But-
as a matter of
But
fact.
yeah, I think
And she's a character growth character for Jill.
I think fine is fair.
Yeah.
I'm also going to give him credit for, like, because again, this is kind of like the issue I also have with Manager Guy,
Yeah.
is that for all intents and purposes, her design is also very simple, but still memorable.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that sort of, like, very nice, wavy, like, hair, like, all too often, and she's got a very recognizable face. Like,
Yeah.
for such a simple design, I still recognize it.
Yeah, I still remembered her place in the story.
Yeah. Before playing it for the second time all the way through with you guys, I would get her and Kim confused a lot, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I can see that.
Okay.
I
okay.
can see that. They're both
Of like
very,
just like working off of my memory of the game, like
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's
they're both very
this
youthful.
tiny girl who's kind of meek.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, this is still 30 characters. Like, this is a lot to remember.
Yeah.
Well, and so far we've done 20 characters. That's 2/3, and that means it's time for our second intermission.
Woo!
So Valhalla, maybe one of our favorite bars in gaming, but there are a lot of bars in gaming, and I was thinking we could do a little bit of a pub crawl.
Oh boy!
Here.
Where are you going with this?
We're gonna play a game called Yelp Wanted.
Yeah, let's go.
I have generated what I think would be some Yelp reviews for some bars from video games. And I want to know if you guys can guess what bar people are reviewing.
This is incredible.
This is
Let's
cool.
go.
I like this.
I'll give you half a point if you can get the game. If you can get the name or like just like the general, tell me a little bit
This is
about the
probably
bar.
where
I'll give you a
Oscar's
full
gonna
point.
shine more than I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to go here.
So let's look at our first set of reviews. Question number 1. I never went in, but I peeked through the door when some tall lady was leaving. Looks more like a cathedral than a bar. 2 stars. Another person gave 1 star. A dump only fit for cultists and criminals. My research suggests it is a front for arms dealing. Someone else gave it 5 stars. Don't know what the low ratings are about. The owner is seriously an angel.
Huh. Okay, no joke. I'm having a little bit of trouble here.
Take your time. Absorb all the information that's in front of you.
Oh, no, hang on. You know what? I know what this is, actually. Okay, so, tall lady, good old Umbra Witch, the whole arms deal,
Oh my
creating
God.
weapons and everything. This is the gates of hell from Bayonetta.
And as you can see, the person who gave it a good review is our friend
Viola! Yup.
It's the gates of hell.
Uh-huh. Okay, I had to take him up because I was like, tall lady. Oh, is this like Gerudo? And it's like, no. And then
because
like,
you do have the place where you get the milk.
Yes, the milk.
and yeah, the whole
From Gerudo Village.
Yeah, and then there's the whole cathedral thing, and I was like, okay, where are we going with this? And I was like, oh, nope, I got it. This is Radon's joint.
Yeah, so that's the kind of clues you're looking for here.
Okay,
cool,
alright.
cool. I dig this.
All right, one down. Question number 2. I was drowning my sorrows when the band played my favorite song. Cheered me right up. I can't wait for the festival. Someone else said, great service. The bartender should really be checking ID, though. He serves any kid in a cow hat.
Yeah.
Someone else said, 200 for milk. Downright robbery.
Yep, I know this one. Do you know this one?
This is the bar in Gerudo Village, is it not?
No, it is
No.
not.
You're kinda
actually,
close, though.
you're in the right franchise, not the right game.
Okay.
This is the milk bar from Majora's Mask.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the band playing is the 4 masked characters
Yes.
playing different instruments, playing
Yes.
the Ballad of the Windfish.
Yeah,
And,
that's a quest to cheer Gorman up.
Yup. And the cow hat is the way to get in because it basically works as a membership card.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won't serve you unless you're wearing.
You're wearing the cow hat.
Yeah,
And yet they're not wearing them inside.
yeah. That was always kind of weird.
But you don't wear a hat inside, duh.
I think you only have to talk to him once while wearing it, and then he's like, "Okay, you're cool," and then you don't have to keep wearing it.
You don't wear a hat inside. Look what Link is wearing.
I think there are also characters in the frame that are wearing hats.
I think that one dude in the back there
In the back is wearing a
Yeah, it's
hat.
like a beret or something.
Or is that a bowl cut?
I have no clue.
I honestly don't know.
I can't
Could be
tell.
both.
N64 graphics. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
yeah. Even up-res for 3DS. it's
Fill in
still-
the blanks. Use your imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, comment below. Let's get this bub crawl continued. Question 3. I like to play pool here on Fridays with friends. Wish
Oh.
they'd get new arcade machines, though. Junimo Kart is rigged.
Oh, mhm.
I saw the second one. I'm like, okay, so I know what game this is.
Best restaurant in town. Well, it's the only restaurant in town, but it beats buying frozen dinners at JojaMart. Last review, this place was perfect until Gus finally made me pay my tab. I blame the new farmer talking him into it.
Go for it.
So it's Stardew Valley.
Yup.
It is, in fact, the game Stardew Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember the
I
name
don't-
of the restaurant in Stardew Valley.
If you could
though.
tell me a little bit about it, I'll still give you the full point.
It has been like 6 years since I played Stardew Valley.
Same, unfortunately. So I'm a little bit lost on I'm trying to remember the name myself, but I can't.
Well, I mean, I think clearly you have, like, the place.
We
in mind.
know-
Yes,
we know it's
I
the-
know exactly where it is.
It's the one restaurant in Stardew Valley that's owned by. God, I don't remember the name. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, it's owned by Gus. It's not Pierre. Pierre's the shop owner.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pierre's
yeah,
the
yeah,
crappy
yeah,
general
yeah.
store.
Okay,
owner.
you know what? The name was right there. I should have said that.
That's
anyway.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the point.
All right.
Whoa,
So
This is the Star Drop Saloon. from
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
It is. Okay. Cool. Cool.
There's a side scene where Gus, the bar owner, confides in you that Pam never pays her tab. She's like the town drunk.
Yes.
And you can either like bring it up to her while she's there, or you could just let it go.
And I do remember Abigail being the gamer, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
she's talking about like, oh, I wish they had some arcade machines in here.
Yeah, Junimo Kart is the one game you can play in there.
Yep.
All right, you guys are 3 for 3. Question 4. A great place to lay low after a tough day at the plant, if you know what I mean. Oh, and don't touch the pinball machine. I mean, it's normal, but it's broken. Real broken. Another reviewer wrote, rest in peace, this was a cool place. Cool guys worked here and let me hide from cops. Now it's like 600 feet under. Someone else wrote, never been, but the girl behind the bar is super hot, and now I'm in trouble with the Italian Senate.
Yeah, that's apt. And
It's Tifa's from Final Fantasy VII.
this is Seventh Heaven.
This is Seventh Heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna blame the guy for thinking that Tifa's hot. All right. And yeah, don't touch the pinball machine. That's I don't think Barrett's gonna take that one too well.
There's a little bit of an international incident with Tifa.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Italian? That's
right.
how I knew. I'm like,
Yeah.
you mean Italian Senator Tifa Lockhart?
That was the detail that got you?
Yes, because it's so funny.
It is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious.
Anytime, gaming can, hit the global scene at that wide of
And
a
it
scale.
had to hit the scene in that way, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you have a character who is as universally loved and universally loved as Tifa, yeah, I guess that's bound to happen at some point.
So what I was going for with Wedge here is that the pinball machine is the way down into Avalanche's secret hideout.
Yeah, hence why I was like, yeah, Barrett's not gonna be happy if you touch that thing.
Don't touch pinball machine.
And of course, it gets crushed by the
when the roof falls.
Yeah. Very good. Perfect score so far. On to number 5. I swear this lady owns every bar on the planet. How does she do it? She's scary too. Someone else wrote, yeah, isn't she the same girl who started the Underdrome? Someone else wrote, inside's always full of vault hunters. Not sure if that's more or less safe than the psychos outside.
It's Moxie's place from Borderlands.
Yep, good old Mad Moxie.
I will give you this. So I was going for the Badass Crater Bar, but she owns a lot of places throughout the series.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but no,
that is also true of Mad Moxie.
Yes.
I am going to be real. I never did remember the name of the bar itself. We do remember Mad Moxie, though.
Yeah.
The first place in Borderlands 1 is called Moxie's, and actually she takes this same sign to her new place.
And it's in Borderlands 2, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, now, like, fun fact, Mad Moxie is such a talented bartender that she was eventually contracted by the inventory at one point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Served drinks to Sam and Max and to Brock Sampson.
And by the way, that finally got re-released and like unleashed on Steam once again. So if you guys didn't get a chance to play Poker Night at the inventory, now's your chance.
It's
Moxie is actually one of my favorite characters in Borderlands. I think she's super interesting.
I mean, for good reason. She's a fantastic character, especially.
Also, her kids are two of my favorite characters in that series, Scooter and Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie especially. I think Ellie's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'll be so real, I love the fact that she's married to Marcus Kincaid.
Well, she was.
Was married to Marcus Kincaid.
And he lived to tell the tale.
I like that Moxie's like 65 too.
Yeah.
She's like,
it's like
super old.
And yet she looks like that.
Yeah.
Question number 6 here. It's mostly regulars here. The same 4 guys hog the best booth every night, and there's those creepy grandmas. Don't know why it keeps coming back. Someone else said, ever since I started drinking here, I've been having horrible dreams. Is it something in the beer, or am I playing Rapunzel too much? Anyone else relate? Last person said, the vibes are better since Mr. M hired the girl to play piano.
Now, I don't know the name of the bar, but it is the bar from Catherine.
Yup.
All right.
I'm trying to remember, because... I'm trying to remember the name of it too because it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't remember the name of it. But yes, it is the one. It is the bar from Catherine.
Yeah, Rapunzel was the one that gave it away.
Yeah,
because I was really, really bad at the puzzles in Catherine.
No, Mr. M and like the piano girl, like is what gave it away for me because it's talking about Catherine with a Q.
Yeah.
Would it help you at all to know the bar owner's name is Mr. Mutton?
Probably not. No, because I don't remember the name of the bar.
I think we're really getting 1 point on this one.
I'll give you half a point for that.
Yeah.
It's the
Stray Sheep. That's it. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Mutton. Yeah, got it.
There's the same 4 guys at their booth.
Yep. And they're always talking about hot girls and like their troubled love lives.
Yeah. Okay, so basically perfect score so far.
Kinda.
Basically.
If we round up,
we're missing a few of the names, but we're at least getting the games.
Yeah. Let's go on to number 7 here. So nostalgic. This was my first bar I ever visited on my travels. I'm human, by the way. This bar has gone to hell. People on the tables, people on the roof being
this
weird.
This is the Lion's Ren the Lion's Rest Inn from Goldshire.
That's gonna be
Lord.
A correct answer.
Lion's Pride.
I'll give that to you though.
Yeah, that's...
Of course you were gonna be the one to get this
I
one.
play on this server.
You play on this server.
I play on this server.
Do you want to explain this for the people at home?
Okay, so I've been playing World of Warcraft my entire life, and on the Moonguard North American server, it's one of the largest servers in the game. It's a roleplay server. It has the affectionate name, I saw it in the review, of Pornshire.
Yeah.
Because it's where a lot of people gather to erotic roleplay to very, very, very funny extremes. There's a lot of like people like in really like trashy transmogs or just not wearing any armor at all who are spamming dance emotes on tables. They hang out on roofs. Horde players love to raid the Lion's Pride Inn and just like kill all the NPCs, create chaos. every time you go in there, there is a massive latency spike because there's like at least 100 people in there.
This is like Azeroth's
point.
version of Bourbon Street in
Yes.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
it's just a disaster all the time, and
So-
that's why people love it.
Funny story, one of the multiple sclerosis charity streams that I did, we did Pawn Stars Take Azeroth.
Oh,
Where
I
it was
remember this.
Me, my partner, and 3 of my very good friends who also play World of Warcraft, we made characters to look like the Pawn Stars
Yep.
to create a 5-man dungeon team. And one of the donation rewards, we had to go into
The Lion's Pride.
the Lion's Pride Inn specifically, and RP as the Pawn Stars, like, making problems. So, like, I was Chumley, my partner was, like, the grumpy old man, and he walked up, it was like, I'm, like, a fairy, like, femboy elf, and he just walks up and goes, you would have never survived in Normandy.
Oh my god.
And it was, like, people thought that because, like, people go in there to troll and just be stupid all the time. But people saw in, like, our add-ons that we were streaming on Twitch, and a bunch of people from the Lion's Pride Inn jumped into Twitch and was like, I was the guy you told wouldn't survive in Normandy.
It was me. I put Big Snake.
Oh my.
It
my god.
It was very funny. So I'm like, it's crazy, it's wild, but I'm like, everybody there generally has a very good sense of humor.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's my Warcraft
I mean,
stories.
everybody's a consenting adult, so
Yep.
all
And
good by me.
again, it's inherently very silly
Yeah.
what people are doing there, so
Yeah, full points on that one.
yeah.
Let's visit our last bar. Unlikely you'd even be allowed in if you're normal. Whatever, it probably smells like day 3 of Comic-Con in there. Someone else wrote, sometimes the owner has to call for law enforcement to break up fights, which is ironic. Who does he think he's serving? Someone else wrote, with that name, I thought it was maybe a bar for tech bros. Don't worry, they take cash and card.
Huh.
This is the last one. I think it might be the toughest one for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I know it's definitely a game, Oscar, that's in your purview.
So
You
I
know
like
about
I
this
may
game.
have played this one. You know, because like my immediate thought is like one of these is probably going to be Tapper's Bar, but it's not.
No, I didn't do Tappers.
Okay, so
The OG.
I'm looking to the names. For
yeah,
hints.
like I'm trying to figure this out, but I got nothing on this one.
These are names taken from the game, but I don't think they're going to help you.
No, yeah, I was about to say these are very, very.
I think even if you've played the game, I don't know if these would be the names that would.
I'm trying to think of a game where you have to call call law enforcement to break something up, but I'm not getting it.
Where you have to call law enforcement,
Maybe, or like you have to like.
or where law enforcement.
gets called on you.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wasn't there that one VR game called Bar Fight?
I don't know, but no, that's not
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait a second. Okay, no, that is not it then. I got nothing on
Is
this
this a
one
game
actually.
that I've played?
I don't know. I'll give you one more clue. This is a pretty recent game.
Oh.
This is a very, very recent
Recent.
game. And it got really popular really fast.
Huh.
How recent are we talking? Like this year?
This year or maybe late last year. I want to say like in the second half of last year.
Oh man.
Maybe more recent than that.
I have no idea. I got nothing on this one.
Is this from Dispatch?
Oh my god, it is Dispatch!
It's the villain bar from Dispatch.
Oh my god, you're right. It is Dispatch.
Or no, is it the hero bar from Dispatch where you set Flambe on fire?
So yeah, it is that.
Okay, because the law enforcement to break up fights.
And like it's a bar for superheroes.
Because it's a bar for superheroes.
Okay.
But you'll still get calls from this place to send somebody because there's a bar fight.
Okay,
Yes.
I have no idea what the name of the bar is though.
I don't know the name of the bar.
And we played Dispatch recently.
I played Dispatch on stream, yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
So your clue as far as the name would be the third comment here. With that name, I thought it was maybe a bar for tech bros.
I don't remember the name of the bar.
This bar is called Crypto Night.
Ah, got
Because
it.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'll
Got
give you
it.
another half a point for that one, though.
We at least remember
Well, you know what?
it's
You said it's the
Dispatch.
hero bar, though, so you knew which of the
I
two
knew
bars
which
it
of the
was.
bars it
So yeah,
was.
by the rules I set out, that's full points.
Fair enough.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, good save on that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was Dispatch at first, and I was like, nah, I can't.
See, you thought I was going to be the one to shine. We kind of went 50-50 on that one.
Yeah.
Nah, well
The
done.
Lion's Pride one was specifically for me.
Oh, yes. Yes, 100%. I know at least some of the trash you get up to.
Oh my goodness.
I actually very much like go into the Lion's Pride Inn and I'll do stupid things like be like, I'm 12 and what is this?
I mean, if you're gonna do stupid shit, you can do a whole lot worse in a bar.
I mean, that's the beauty of something like World of Warcraft. It's been around for so long and there's so many ways to play it, you know?
It's just a bummer I'm not allowed to take Mustard there because she's Horde. My undead Vulpera homunculus.
Oh my goodness.
Who's also my Mythic Plus tank, and I kind of hate that.
So we're in the last stretch here. All right, last 10. Let's start off with Mario.
It's me, Mario.
I like Mario.
I like Mario. Like, okay, this is one of those cases where this character is just kind of like, you see him and it's like, I like you. You're cool.
He's a simple parable.
Yeah.
Basically.
We made the joke during the playthrough. We said something about, like, character development in 3 drinks.
Yeah.
Pretty
and he
much.
kind of is, yeah.
No, it's kind of like, fitting too, because like in a time where we're kind of dealing with, like, I don't want to get too deep into it, but like kind of dealing with like political turmoil and like, you know, this sort of situation where it's like people are struggling with identities. Mario kind of provides a character that it's like, yeah, this is kind of a relatable situation, but it doesn't go too crazy with it. It like Mario's character arc is simple but endearingly so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd be content in putting him in good.
I agree,
He's
honestly.
good. He's just a really solid, fun, well-rounded
because like
character.
when we saw him, like we were like, nah, you don't like the bitter drinks, do you? You like the sweet stuff.
I like any time where what they ordered is at odds with what you should give them.
Yes.
Yeah. And like Mario kind of like gives you the opportunity to be like, you're a bartender and you can read people. You can read that Mario actually wants this and not what he's saying. And the next thing you know, he asks if Gillian is single, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, get it, dude.
Exactly.
Like, absolute bro.
Absolutely, yes. You get it, man. I don't think Gillian swings that way because, like, from what we've discovered later.
Didn't Mario also have a thing for Jaime?
Maybe?
I think they share a conversation.
I think
Jill.
they do show up in a scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
do
some
show-
chemistry there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do show up together, maybe at the very least, like there's something there. I just remember the moment where he was asking about Gillian, and I'm like, aw, that's sweet.
He also says, Dana walks by and he says, "That's the owner. She's really cute." I mean, not that you're not cute. I'm not into girls anyway, but
Yeah.
And then it's like and then it clicks, and it's like, oh.
And I just think that's interesting because, like, you know, sexuality is fluid, and Dana is more of a tomboy. Like,
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true. I like the fact that it's like you interacted with him the first time, because like I think you only interact with this guy like 2 or 3 times,
I
right?
think he's a 2-hit wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like you interact with him the first time,
But
and
I
you
remember
see,
him.
and you see that like struggle that he has, and then the next time you meet him, it's like, oh, he's probably had gone through some like thinking like to himself, because the
Yeah.
next time you meet him, he's a lot more willing to admit that.
Yeah.
And I like that.
And that's a good one for, like, the game choices, because, like, I think he always does come back a second time, but you'll see, you know, how he's been depending on if you really helped him the first time or not.
No,
There-
I
And
appreciate
you
that
get to
about
see
him.
that he's so much happier.
There is a really broad spectrum of like diversity in characters in this game, and that's hard to pull off.
I agree. I very much agree.
Yeah.
Well, there's diversity in characters, but there's also 2 very similar looking Shiba Inus. This is Nacho Tumbleweed Jr.
I forgot that was his name.
He's like the CIA agent rebellion dog. I remember him because I did his voice.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this character is you voicing him with the, "Alright, so,
Hey,
Shiba,
listen.
how you been doing?"
This is my cohort, Rad Sheba.
So
I only learned recently, actually, that their designs are based off of Big Boss and Kazuhiro Miller was the inspiration for
I
these 2
knew.
looks.
Oh my
I
God.
knew about Big Boss.
Yeah,
it is Miller.
because he has a bunch of, also in the demo for the game, he, like, shows up and he'll say, "Kept you waiting, huh?"
Of course. Of course. No, like, okay, I can understand the Big Boss reference. I'm gonna be so real. I did not catch the Kazuhiro Miller reference. That's actually pretty
It only
brilliant.
makes
No, I
sense in
didn't either.
retrospect.
Did you
Yeah.
enjoy my sunglasses, Snake? But yeah, so in terms of Nacho, I'm gonna go with good on this one, if only because, okay, here's the thing. Rad Sheba kind of does it better.
No, I agree. I was gonna say he's either good or fine.
I don't think you can put him as high as Rad Sheba. Like,
No,
No,
you can't.
you cannot.
No.
Because, like, Rad Sheba has a whole saga that you get to enjoy, and this guy kind of comes in and is like, okay, yeah, he's funny because of Rad.
He's a continuation of the joke that is Rad Sheba.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be content in putting him in good or fine.
Actually, I'm gonna go with fine. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, because it's like, now that I think about it,
It's
yeah,
kinda
he
once
doesn't.
and done.
He
We
doesn't quite.
managed to talk you up to A tier with Rad, so we can go down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like. I guess I just don't feel quite right putting him in the same echelon as the characters in B, because the characters in B, like, make me feel something really, really good, with the exception of Donovan D. Dawson, but, like, that's the other spectrum of it. Whereas this guy is just, okay, yeah, you're
he's-
there.
he's
I
fun.
appreciate
He's
you.
funny.
That's pretty much the extent of my interest.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to talk about something good, let's talk about one of Valhalla's two big crossovers with other indie games, the cult classic Yick.
Yick!
So at one point, for one scene, two cosplayers who are dressed as two of the characters from Y2K show up, trying to find their way to the con. Also, the guy who's dressed up as Alex is outside and never comes in. But this is Vela, she only goes by the name of the person she's dressed as, and Esentia.
We only experienced them once.
Yeah, there's no way to get more of them. I think they were just put in
They're
as a
just a reference.
nod to another game that the same publisher was publishing.
So, I'm gonna be so real, I'm not a fan of either of these two. If only because, like, here's the thing, right? I get that they're a reference, and I understand that, but this is a case where the intent I understand, but it just doesn't quite land. If only because the only thing I remember about it is when Jill acknowledges Y2K, and it's basically a whole ass podcast advertisement.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the one thing about Valhalla that I don't like.
it's
Is all of the references to Yick. They were really pushing Yick, and Yick is not great.
I haven't played it. I really want to because I am so morbidly curious about it.
I would revisit it. The characters in it. It's so diametrically opposed
Because
to
apparently they did like a really big update, and it's including like their story updates and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like I kind of want to see what they did.
Yeah.
yeah, and
I don't think it's gonna make it like good, but
Yeah, I can respect that, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, to channel JonTron a little bit here, when the developers make self-referential humor like this and really ham it in, it just feels foolish, if I'm being honest with you. I get it. I do get it, and it is funny, but it's funny in the same way that Streaming Chan is for me. It's kind of cringe.
Yeah. I think for me it's more like they were definitely banking on Y2K being a bigger hit than Valhalla was.
yeah.
And the reverse happened.
And now
so-
Valhalla has this really dedicated fan base, and
Yeah, and
there's like Yick apologists, but I don't think there are many Yick fans.
These two...
shout out in the comments if you're a Yick apologist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say these two are probably the only characters that are going to land in the Garbo tier. Believe it or not.
I'll agree, because I don't really care about them.
Like, not just that I don't care about them, but, like, you want to know what clinches it for me?
Hmm.
You can remove these two from the game,
You
and
lose
nothing.
nothing.
Would be lost.
Yeah.
Like, absolute jack... Because, like, Streaming Chan, at the very least, if you remove her, there's a something lost there.
Yeah.
There is something that does not quite hit as well.
A little chaotic element is
Exactly.
missing. Yeah.
I cannot imagine this game without Streaming Chan, as much as I dislike her.
Yeah.
These two did not need to exist in this
you
game.
could cut them and
I mean,
lose nothing.
before I brought them up just now, did you remember this scene even happening?
I did
do.
remember this
Okay.
scene happening, and I remembered it happening because it felt very out of place.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
it-
that's even worse than
Yeah.
because you didn't remember.
Unlike the manager, I still don't remember his gosh darn name. But like, unlike the manager, where it's like,
Brian.
okay, like Brian.
Brian.
Like,
Yeah.
unlike Brian, where it's like, okay, I don't remember you at all, But like in context, you have a purpose in this world. I get it.
Yeah.
Not these two.
It's like the fact that I said they feel out of place for a game that has 2 talking dogs, a brain in a jar, and a cat girl with an eye patch. I'm like,
Yeah,
that says a lot.
unfortunately.
So the other big crossover, and I think a more interesting crossover, is with the game 2064 Read-Only Memories. And this is interesting because they were made by 2 completely different studios, but they just, like, the developers connected at one point and was like, hey, you're doing, like, a cyberpunk dystopia story, we're doing one, do you want to set our games in the same world? And to that end, we get 3 characters from the game 2064 Read-Only Memories. And all 3 of them are secret characters you can get from serving the flaming moai to people.
Flaming Moai?
Moai.
Yeah.
And actually, we only met 2 of them on our
We actually
playthrough
did. I don't remember the third one.
I don't remember the third one.
because we did not get her.
Yeah.
This is
Dang.
Lexi, this is Tomcat, and this is Jess. They are 3 really big characters. So I didn't play Y2K, but for research for this, I did play 2064.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a pretty neat game.
Okay.
Not as good as Valhalla, but
Obviously.
I guess let's go by one really quick. So as a reminder, Lexi was a police officer in Neo San Francisco. Dana was once her partner. She comes to check in on Dana just to visit.
So here's the thing, like, with the whole crossover spiel, right? Unlike the Y2K characters, where it's just kind of, like, there and doesn't serve a purpose in any way, shape, or form, I appreciate the fact that they took this character and connected it to an important character in the universe of Valhalla itself, and that makes it more meaningful, because I wasn't even aware that this character was a crossover.
I was not aware they were crossover characters.
I didn't think
She
so at
does
all.
feel very natural. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, okay, she's related to Dana. Okay, this is interesting because the whole police officer background, the conversations she has with I'm sorry.
Lexi is she.
Lexi
Yeah.
is she. Sorry.
Important to ask.
Just wanted
Yeah.
to get,
We're
just
being
wanted to get my
respectful
facts.
here. That's great.
Just wanted to get my facts straight.
Yeah.
But, like, the fact that she is related to Dana and the fact that, like, she has, like, that conversation with Jill that one feels very natural, and 2, connects her to the world of Valhalla, like, she stands on her own outside of the fact that she's a crossover character, and that works.
Yeah.
And, yeah, for the one interaction you have with her, it's fine. I liked it.
2064 takes place probably a while before Valhalla and in a different city, but Dana does show up in that game as a background character.
Oh, nice.
And you can get a few quips from her talking about, like, checking out the wrestlers and stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
From a design standpoint, I already like these 3 a lot. I think they feel organic to the world of Valhalla,
Yeah.
so I do like that. That is a big positive.
Now-
Yeah, that's the main, like, comparison I was making with Brian, where, like, these 3 characters, striking designs. Like, in some way, shape, or form, there's something about them that you will remember.
Yeah. Tomcat is another hacker, so they use them, they then pronounce trans king. Trans layered.
Queen.
Lord?
Monarch.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, in 2064, they're your big hacker contact that you use a lot, and in Valhalla, they show up in Glitch City just out of curiosity to investigate Alice Rabbit. So,
And again,
connects them to Alma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. Like, these characters are connected to someone in the roster in some way, shape, or form, and that makes them feel natural to the world of Valhalla.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes, the character, or the interactions that they have with Jill feel natural. They are, like, they are there, they work, it serves at least somewhat of a purpose, minor as it may be. I think Tomcat's fine, and I think Lexi is fine as well.
And Jess, we didn't get during our playthrough, but Jess is another hybrid human, similar to Stella.
Right.
In the game, they kind of... One of the things going on in, like, the society of 2064 is that, like, hybrids are being kind of treated at... It's a little bit of a, like, abortion clinic analog and a little bit of a, like, riots outside of doctors' offices that do transitions analog, that there's, like, hate groups against hybrids.
Okay.
And similar to Stella, you find out, so some people kind of do it because they want to have cat ears and it's cool, but in Jess's particular case and a lot of other people, it's because she had a terminal disease that could only be cured by
hybridizing.
Yeah, affecting her DNA on a molecular level.
Wasn't that the case with Stella,
That
if
is
I
the
recall?
case with Stella.
Yeah, she had some kind of, like, disease
Yeah,
or condition.
she had a nano machine rejection.
That's right.
Which actually, like, kind of helps her relate to Jill, because that's exactly what happened to her ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Jess has something more grounded, but...
okay.
Yeah.
How about that? So, yeah, I'm gonna be so real. Like, all three of these these are crossovers that work, because they fit well within the world itself, and they stand on their own, like, even without ever having known that they were crossover characters.
Mm-hmm.
All three of them are fine, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll put them in fine.
Yeah, like, again...
I think that's apropos, yeah.
Yeah, one-offs, but one-offs that work.
Yes.
And yeah, they're there to be secrets, so if you were smart enough to do, or, you know, if you looked up the thing you can do, it's equally likely that you also know about this obscure game.
Remember those two. I do remember when they came into the bar. I remember our interactions with them.
And you know what? Actually, now that you mentioned that, yeah, you can only get these characters if you do a certain thing, right?
Yeah.
What was that the case with the Y2K characters?
No.
Yeah.
They show up no matter what.
Yeah. If they were secrets...
I don't know how to make them leave.
Yeah, if they were secrets, I'd probably be more accepting about that, because the whole Y2K crossover thing would be fine as an Easter egg.
Yeah.
These three are fine as an Easter egg.
They don't want you to miss the Y2K advertisement.
Yeah, clearly.
Did you not see the Alex statue that you can buy in the store?
Oh,
this reeks of production mandate.
It does.
Yeah.
It very much does.
I mean, maybe it was just, like, some love between indie devs, but...
It could have been, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, getting to the tail end here.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm kind of glad we had a visual glitch there, because that's going to be important in a little later. But first, let's talk about Gabrielle.
So, these last three characters.
These last three are a doozy.
So, Gabrielle, what a fantastic climax character.
Very sobering character to show up to your bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I remember when she first showed up, I was, like, stricken by her design. Because it's like, clearly a kid.
That's a baby.
Yeah, clearly a kid, so it's like, oh, this is going to be interesting. And I also just like the fact that maybe it's the eyes, because she clearly has a very, like, intent sort of, like, look. Like, she's here for a reason.
Yeah, she shows up on the warpath, and then when Jill argues back with her, like, Gabby really quickly backs down.
Yeah, like, it's actually kind of cool, but yeah, no, like, for being a vehicle for this game's narrative climax, Gabrielle, like, nails it. Like, everything about her works. She's, like, she provides a really, really good conflict for Jill. Everything becomes tense once she shows up.
She's, like, the emotional core of the story.
Agreed. Very much agree.
I think her anger at Jill is misplaced, but also, like, I can't blame her for
Oh,
it.
no. That's the cool thing about it, though. It's because, like, and that kind of, like, leads into the final, like, lesson of the game, where the anger that she feels, the anger that Jill feels, and the conflict that they are dealing with therein with each other and with themselves, is it misplaced? Yes. Is it understandable? God, yes!
And both of them are not wrong for feeling what they're feeling.
Exactly.
Because they're both kind of trying to just make sense of this thing that happened that has no sense to it. It was just a tragedy, and it didn't happen for a reason. And Gabby's hoping that Jill can be the bad guy who killed her sister, but
that's not really how life works.
Yeah, there's no catharsis in that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is that, like, this whole spiel is so real, so relatable, and the way the writing is between her and Jill is so, like, apt. Because, yeah, this is a conversation I can totally believe two people in the real human world would have.
Oh, yeah.
Gabrielle fits a very, very, very specific role. She is created in this game for a very specific purpose, and she nails it. I gotta go with S tier.
I agree.
Like, she was put in this game for a purpose, and served that purpose she did.
It's like the moment she shows up and the game goes from, like, a great game to, like, an all-timer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like I said, she's the emotional core of the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of characters that have a lot of really good emotional moments, but, like, the point focuses around Gabrielle.
Once she shows up, the game's narrative core starts becoming clear.
Well, and everybody else in this game, all the lessons that Jill takes, the things she takes away from each interaction, the parables, it's all leading up to Gabrielle and how Jill handles that.
So would you say that Jill is going through life experiences, learning everything that she can from all these characters, and Gabrielle is the final boss to her growth?
Kinda,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to test her on all the, emotional mechanics she's learned.
Kinda, yeah.
Yup. It works. It absolutely works.
Also, so many people have said this, but I love how, as high concept so many of the characters in this game are, the biggest conflict is, like, such a grounded thing.
Yeah.
It's having an ex who got sick when you were on bad terms.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a tragic situation, and gosh darn it, does Gabrielle make a great jumping off point for that.
This one's a little bit more confusing.
Yep.
But here we have Anna. So Anna's actually the first character you meet.
Yes.
But I didn't want to start with her because
No,
she's a weird one.
Understandable.
So she's sort of like a ghost, or she's sort of just this like entity that's showing up. She's glitching around a lot. There is an eventual explanation for what she is, but for a while she's just kind of this poltergeist that only Jill can interact with,
Mm-hmm.
making
And
her
she
life
shows
harder.
up to make our day a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so real. Even now, and even knowing the context behind it, I still am not entirely sure what to make of Anna. Like, she is an enigma in this game, in a game full of enigmas.
Hey,
Yeah.
so I'll give you, you had half a point from perfect on the last game. I'll give you that half a point back if you can guess who the only other character that interacts with her directly, who acknowledges her, is. besides
Oh,
Jill.
shoot, because somebody
Because
else...
you'll never guess.
Was it Rad Sheba?
It is not Rad Sheba.
I thought it was... No, it's not Dorothy.
Dorothy does claim to feel something, but...
Yeah.
Like, she actually does...
And also there's like a
sense
connection
something
in
there.
their lore.
And again, this is like Ghost in the Machine type of thing
because
going on here.
because Dorothy's like foster mother, because Lilims get like
Yes.
kind of adopted out,
Yeah.
Yes.
is Anna's real life mother.
Yes,
Yes.
I do remember
Father.
that. Like, I actually think they acknowledged that in her ending.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know who interacts with her directly. I can't
Anna
remember.
wasn't Ingram's daughter, was she?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Anna is straight up acknowledged by the cosplayer Lilim who's Esentia.
Oh!
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Why?
Says like, who's this girl you're talking to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
And the other weird thing is when you meet these two, Vela has quotations around her name because she's cosplaying Vela, but Esentia doesn't, because I guess she's actually like the super robot from the game Y2K.
I kinda hate that
Don't you-
even more. Ah.
I just thought that was so bewildering I had to share it.
Yeah, that's bizarre. You're right, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Gosh darn it.
Okay, sorry, but yeah,
But
Anna,
yeah, she clearly plays a very important role, especially like relating to Jill's whole psyche. Like, let's be real.
and she shows up more after Gabby shows up to be to help facilitate Jill's like descent into madness.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of haunting. That's a cool thing about it too. Is like even now I'm still kind of like racking my brain as to what Anna's whole deal is supposed to be. And yet I don't hate her for it. I actually kind of am glad the fact that she exists in the game, because she clearly serves an extremely important purpose in the grand
She
scheme
was
of
very
things.
compelling. Whenever Anna showed up, I was like, what's she gonna say or what's she gonna do?
And that's kind of like reflects it too, because it's like, yeah, Jill's losing her mind. Anytime she shows up, we feel like we're losing our mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, like anytime she shows up, it's an adrenaline shot to like the sudden pace of the game, and I kind of respect her for it.
I think the actual answer is because, like, Anagram's, her last name is actually Graham, which is funny.
Of course it is.
Anagram. But
So there are, like, nanomachines in the air now and in all people and stuff, and that's why nanomachine rejection is so bad, and that's what she died from, and also what Lenore, the ex-girlfriend, died from.
Yep.
I think the idea is that during attempted treatment of her personality basically still exists out there in some nanomachines, and for whatever reason it is resonating with the frequency of the ones inside Jill as just like a freak accident.
Yeah.
I think is the like in-universe explanation. But
Yeah.
effectively she's a ghost.
Which essentially also kind of like plays into the whole idea of what kind of cruel fate is this that the person that Jill loved and like left on bad terms with is now haunting her.
Yeah.
Which kind of like fits into the whole theming. It's like, is she going to be able to let go of this?
Yeah, so, and she is not Lenore.
She's not.
But she is somebody who is in that situation.
Yeah.
It starts to like come together once you look into like kind of the meta narrative of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about
It's
her.
definitely a more meta-narrative thing.
If I'm going to put her somewhere, I'd probably go with B tier, honestly.
You know, I'll agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where were you going to put her?
I was gonna say A, but like low A.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I find Anna to be very compelling.
Yeah, she's compelling. The thing with me personally is that while she is compelling, I still find characters like Jaime and Gillian a little more interesting
Yeah.
in a vacuum. Because it's like, okay, yeah, these characters still have a very important role to play in the grand scheme of things. More so Gillian than anything else, and Kira Miki in a way.
Also, Anna's a little antagonistic.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
like is a good thing,
Yeah,
I think.
The scene I remember is Jill's trying to have a conversation with Alma, and Anna's there, like, talking about, like, you want to see him, don't you? I could lift up her sweater. And,
Yeah.
and Jill keeps finding herself accidentally replying out loud to Anna.
Yeah. So
Like-
I'm like, I do find her compelling as like a weird antagonistic force within the game.
She's clearly there to mess with Jill, and
Yeah.
it works. Speaking of,
Our final character, the one, the only, Jill Stingray.
do we really need to pretend?
No.
Do we need to drag this
No,
out?
that's-
John, you know where to put her.
all the
Come
way up,
on.
baby.
Right there.
Let's go.
Right there next to Gabrielle.
I
'cause-
played the Coffee Talk games, and if I could say one thing about Valhalla over Coffee Talk, because those games are great too, but you're just a faceless, kind of personality-less self-insert bartender. The fact that Jill is this, like, super compelling character
Oh, yeah.
and can be your XP into the story.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Stingray is a character that I felt so connected to by the end of the game because she's so real. Like, oh my god, the way she interacts with these people, the way she reacts to the craziness of everything, and yeah, the conflict that you realize she's in after talking with Gabrielle, it's like, fuck, this is so goddamn real and I can understand it.
Yeah.
I love her character. And I also love the fact that she's a complete and utter goof.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget, and like, let's skip the pretenses on like Jill here, and that's me talking up an earstorm. I'm used to me being like this anyway. But yeah, she's kind of a dork.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
appreciate that about her.
Like her obsession with like the magical girl anime that we get like the little NES game for.
She talks to her cat like it's a person, and,
Yeah.
and she understands
She
them.
can't
Sure.
hear the drink bad touch without, like, giggling.
Yeah.
Like she's
she's
like,
weirdly immature about certain
she's
things, and
like-
that's very funny.
not even weirdly, she's extremely immature, and by her own admission.
Yeah.
But, like, she doesn't want to be, and that creates, like, a fun conflict because she's, like, trying to be more professional.
Oh yeah.
Which also like comes to fruition anytime she interacts with like the likes of Dorothy or even Dana to an extent, because like with how chaotic those two characters are and everyone else is in this cast, anytime she starts laughing or anytime she's like, what the fuck, is just so endearing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I felt her. I felt her so much when she was interacting with Verhilio.
Yeah. She has first, second, and third dimensional character traits. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
There's just a lot going on, and some of it is deeper, and some of it is just cute quirks, and it makes her feel very complete.
Yes.
I appreciate the fact that, like, for the character that you're going to be interacting with the most, by merit of the fact that you are her in this game, the fact that she probably has the most complex and the most well fleshed out story of this entire cast says a lot. And I
Yeah.
think they nailed it, like, so wonderfully in the writing.
They do a really good job of making sure that Jill does have like undesirable traits.
Mm-hmm.
She's conflict averse.
Yes.
Which is,
Yeah.
you don't see that a lot in protagonists. Like, she's conflict averse, she puts things off. She can be off-putting to people. Like, she can be like, I'm not interested in you, go away.
Yeah, you
And-
see her bite a lot of people's heads off.
Yes, and I think that makes her way more interesting than other protagonists. because the game really isn't afraid to shy away that Jill has these traits.
Especially because, like, that's the cool thing. You were talking about subverting expectations earlier, right? You don't expect a character who has such a standoffish personality, someone who has a kind of a no fucks given attitude, and who's kind of like conflict averse, doesn't want to deal with bullcrap, to be a bartender.
Yeah.
Like, she's a bartender, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Interacting with people and like helping them deal with their issues or like talking things out with them is kind of the job of a bartender besides just serving drinks.
Oh, yeah.
Jill is not good at that at the start of the game.
No, she
by
is not.
any stretch of the imagination. And that's why her character works.
But, like, it still makes sense that she became a bartender because, like, she's listless, she needs a way to make money because she's just, like, gotten out of this huge relationship and this huge career path. And...
Especially when you realize why she, like, broke up with Lenore.
Yeah.
Like, she was on her way towards, like, a very prestigious career. Like, by all accounts, she's a genius.
Yeah.
Like, she's an incredibly intelligent character. But also kind of had that, like, sort of maturity, but also immaturity to be like, I don't want this for myself, which is a mature part, but then the immature part is how she handled it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, amazing.
And her and Lenore are both, like, two people who, like, it's just a sad way they broke up because it really was a lot of misunderstanding.
It
Yeah.
was, like, between the broken
projection
vase.
between the two of them.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, projection is the perfect word.
In a
because
lot
it's
of
like,
ways, Jill is like a victim of circumstance.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, Lenore was kind of like Lenore clearly cared about Jill, but then you realize that Lenore was kind of trying to vicariously live through Jill because she knew about her own mortality due to her disease. Jill thought that she was mad about a broken vase, when in reality she was just, like, mad about the circumstances of, like, the career change and whatnot.
Yeah.
So much going on, and it's like, yeah, I can totally believe this happening in real life. This game is so well written to the point where you see all these interactions, and you can understand that it can happen for real, It's
like a trend going around on Blue Sky right now where it's like 25 games to get to know me, and there's like one where it's like a game you think everybody should play. I genuinely do think everybody should play Valhalla.
At least
once.
Because this is such a great game with a very, very amazing cast. As you can see, maybe 2 or 3. Like, notwithstanding.
Yeah.
But I even if we put her in E tier, I still have respect for Streaming Chan in a strange roundabout
Serves
way.
a purpose, yeah.
But, like, the fact that a good portion of this entire cast is above C tier says a lot.
Yeah.
I love this.
C is a passing grade.
It is.
C's get degrees.
I love this cast. I love this game. If you haven't played it, why did you watch this video? Go play the gosh darn game.
Yeah, and again, I definitely think it speaks to, like, the quality of the writing that so many of these characters were easy S's. Like, we didn't even need to debate.
Yeah, I like
especially for Jill.
I like our group of S's, I like our group of A's.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so real though, if we had to choose which one would be like the S+ best character of all time in this entire cast, easily Jill Stingray.
Yeah.
Like, no question.
Well, before we finish off here, first, before we close ranks, any last-minute changes you guys want to make?
I'm very content with how this list plays out.
I think you got a good list.
I think it's really solid. I don't contend.
Honestly, like, I'm actually very pleased with how we, like, kind of agreed with, like, most, if not all of these. Like, a couple of things here and there, like, you guys have a higher opinion than me when it comes to Rad Sheba. I have a bit of a higher opinion when it comes to the brain in a jar. But, no, we pretty much came to an equal consensus on this one, and I'm glad. Again, it shows that, yeah, these characters pretty much are what they are, but what they are is unbelievably amazing.
All right, Oscar, Gaige, can we get your official seal of approval on this tier list?
I say yes.
He's good to go.
All right. Well,
10.
thank you guys for playing so much. Let's take a look at how you did today. First of all, for Guessapy the Recipe, you guys came in with a very impressive 7 out of 7 correct.
I'm going to go ahead and say right now that was probably mainly because of you.
Hard carried, but you held your own.
I at least got that. I at least got my favorite drink, so I'll pride myself on that one.
For Yelp Wanted, we got a 7.5 out of 8.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we couldn't get the name of the one place, but that's all right. And finally, for I need to find it in my layers here.
Oh, I felt that.
for your opinions. I'm gonna say that you guys were correct on your opinions 30 out of 30 times.
Yeah!
Yeah!
So,
Opinions! Nasty.
guys,
That
your
was for
final
you, Spectra.
score is 3 gold stars.
Yay!
For your grand prize, I'm happy to say that I have gotten you guys very exclusive reservations to the one and only Valhalla. I think I accidentally put letters in where I should have put numbers. But, yeah, whenever you guys have died gloriously in battle, feel free to head in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I may need to borrow Amber's trident.
I'm gonna get a bad touch with Odin.
Yeah.
Wait, with Odin? No! That's a bad idea!
Well, if you read Norse mythology, Odin was giving out a lot of those.
He's giving out a lot of those. I was about to say, I don't know if they served the piano woman in Valhalla.
Probably not.
Well, Gaige, I'm so happy to finally have had you on the show.
Yeah,
Hell
this was
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything you'd like to plug? We'll throw it in, we'll throw assets on here.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Sheikah Arts, all one word, and I stream every Saturday. I do a podcast with my partner where we talk about nonsense on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sheikah Arts. Sometimes I stream WoW, sometimes I stream art. It really depends on how I'm feeling, but every Saturday usually we talk about noise. And I'll draw stupid things for you if you submit channel points. So that's where you can find me, and that's about it.
All right, Oscar, same question.
Yep, you guys probably already know about this one, but obviously YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitch. I'm all there doing videos thanks to the help of the great Comic Foil over here. And I do streams every now and again. You can follow me about my own life on Blue Sky. That's pretty much all she wrote at this point.
Also gonna say, if for some reason you decided to watch this whole tier list and you haven't played the game, or you've played the game but you haven't seen us play the game, check out at least the highlights that were edited by Madame Starfall.
Yes.
Over on Oscar's channel. I think she did a really great job of boiling, the best moments of it.
Absolutely.
If you really want the full experience, all of the VODs, is that the word for it?
Yeah.
The
The VODs.
all the VODs are up on Oscar's YouTube channel.
Yep.
Guys, this has been Tears of Joy. Let me know in the comments any other guests you want me to get on, any other topics you want to see guests talk about. Give your opinions on Oscar and Gaige's rankings. If you don't like them, it's their fault, not mine. Let me know how you did on the quizzes. Just talk to me, please. I need to hear people. I need the validation. This has been Tears of Joy, and remember, whatever your opinion is, it's always right, at least here.
And you want to know what my opinion is? I need a drink.
Hey!
I'm gonna go get something. You guys want something?
We're gonna have a wild
Let's go get a
night of
mojito.
drinking. Want some Moscow mules.
I don't know about you. I'm gonna move for a gut punch.